Attention all Rotnik Entertainment employees. The live stream will begin shortly. In the event of fatal spring damage, you better run for your lives.
Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome to a bonus live stream. I had so much fun in the live stream yesterday that I thought we would do a second one. So, how are you all doing? You all doing good? See? Oh my gosh. Okay, awesome. We have a lot to do, and I'm really excited to work on the Lost Lake and the Lost Village. So, in case you missed it, I want to show you what we've been working on. So, I didn't get a chance to fully prepare, which I'm sorry about that, but if we set this, and then we kind of explore Lisa's backyard, which we've made in the past, right? We come over here. Boom. Now, you've probably seen this already because you probably watched the short, but look at how incredible this thing looks. I love this so much. This is the Lost Lake tree, and it does not really have like leaves per se, but it has these like glowing little orbs, which in this case are just fireflies. So we're going to be working on this. We're going to be working on improving the map over here, and then we are going to be working on the village a tiny bit. And then at the very end of the live stream, we're going to have a surprise. I'm really excited about the surprise. It's something that I've been wanting to do for so long. The patrons already know what it is, but we're going to ignore that. So I'm very much looking forward to the stream, and let's get started. So let's navigate over to the main screen here, which is actually in the wrong map. 1 second. All right, here we go. So this is what the map looks like outside of the lighting and outside of the game. It looks pretty alright. It's kind of bland. I drew a little lighthouse so that you guys can see that we need to do this eventually, and I won't accidentally put like a really cool prop here. But the lighthouse goes here, and this is the dock, and then this is where the village lives. And then we have this beautiful water with a little lake that goes off this way. And then obviously Lucy's backyard, which I have to tell you about something. Do you remember, like, in one of the first Act 2 live streams we did recently, we had split Lucy's exterior into a separate mesh and then put it as part of the outdoor area? If you don't remember, that's fine. But we basically did that, and this is so embarrassing, but I accidentally deleted the house exterior here, and I didn't realize until it was too late. So there's nothing here anymore. So we're gonna have to redo that at some point, but I just thought that was a funny little thing to show. So that sucks. But you know what? It was kind of ugly to begin with, and I feel like we can really improve it. So we're gonna have to do that in a future live stream. And then also this garden is just kind of like, it's cute, but it's giving 2022. You know, we are way better now. We are higher quality. We don't have floating lampposts anymore. So we're going to deal with that in a future live stream, so stay tuned for that. But for now, we're going to work on over here. So we have a few different things that we can do to get started with. And I kind of wanted to let you guys choose what we should start with. So our first poll of the day. The Cluster Saw poster? No, literally. That poster was pretty embarrassing. So let's do a poll, and we can either work on making the water pretty. Can you guys hear the background music? Is it still playing? I don't know. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I set it up, but I didn't refresh it. Is it gonna work now? Oh, did I just not turn it on? I didn't turn it on. Never mind. I didn't set it up. That would explain a lot. Here we go. Like, this is like a reoccurring thing that I'm always running into. So, anyway, making the water pretty or finishing tree lighting. There we go. Vote in the chat while I admire this tree here. This is like, in the last live stream, I was like, this is like the best tree I've ever made. Well, check this out. This, oh wait, no, that's kind of ugly. Hold on, let me hide this part of the mesh. Look at how intricate and beautiful this tree is. I am so proud of this thing. Like, check this out. All of the little details. The textures are, they're not the best, but they're really pretty. And this tree is just glorious. I'm so proud of this tree. This tree is my favorite tree I've ever made. But, and look at this too. Look at the mesh data on this. Look at how clean, see? Look at how clean all these triangles are. It's super, super awesome. So, this took me like all day yesterday, so you all better appreciate it. Anyway, so, wait, is this tree at the wrong angle? Oh my gosh, it totally is. It's supposed to be like this. Shoot. Well, that's gonna throw off a lot of the lighting. Well, you know what, it's fine. Let's see what's winning. Making the water pretty, really? Oh, it's only winning by 1 vote, so let's give everyone right now. Okay, now the tree lighting. Now it's a tie. Everyone vote right now. We need everyone's vote. I'm gonna vote for what I think is. I'm gonna vote on this other account. I voted for making the water pretty because I think that would be not as exciting as doing the tree lighting, and I want you guys to stick around. Okay, so we can still get a little bit more. Oh, it's really neck and neck, so I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, let me export this over like so. We'll go back right into the game here. Did that mess up with my lighting? Or did that mess up my lighting? I don't know, I can't tell. It's really neck and neck. There's a little bit more people who can vote here, but we'll give it another second, and if no one votes, then I'll veto. Or maybe I'll have Siri, right? We'll have Siri roll a dice. Ready, watch, let's see. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 2. She chose 1. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the first one, which is making the water pretty. Cool. I'm actually excited about this one. Have I done shader work? Can you imagine the nerve of the patrons? They're not even here. I know. Again, right? Hey, how are you? I'm doing good. So, we're going to be making the water pretty. Now, I have a water shader that I use, but the thing is, it's not really designed to be a lake. It's designed for more like close-up water shots, but I think we should start with that, and then if we can't get that to work, then we will go through and actually make our own shader. But I don't know if I've ever done shader work on the live stream. I feel like I have. I've been doing live streams for so long. I imagine that I've done at least, you know, at least once, right? Let's see. So we're gonna call this Act 2 Lost Lake. No, this should go environments. Sorry, not model. The model folder is designed for, like this tree, right? Where this tree is a model. So that's where that goes. But here, oh, I have my own Act 2 folder. Perfect. So this is going to be called Material. We're going to call this Act 2 Lost Lake Water. Perfect. So let's just assign this here. Perfect. Is the devlog finally going to be out this week? I hope so. I'm making progress with it. I didn't make a ton of progress yesterday because I was working on the mini devlog, which hopefully you guys liked. But I'm optimistic that it will. So let's grab my water. What did I call it? Dirty water, laserette water, muddy water. I think it's just water. Is it? Hold on. Let's consult some of my other materials. Act 1 AES water. What shader did I use for this? Dirty water. Okay, so we're gonna use dirty water. I don't think this is gonna be the right one, but you know what? I could be surprised, right? I could be surprised. Let's see. So we're gonna use dirty water, which already is giving some funky results. Okay, that's not a good start. Oh wait, that's better. don't know why it's doing this. Do you see what it's doing? Like it's refracting the tree properly, but it's also, okay, you know what? We just need to adjust some of its properties, I think. So let's just play around with some of this. I think we need a water bump. I think that's maybe what's causing a lot of issues. You know what we're gonna do? We are going to just we're gonna copy all these values from this water, and then we're gonna apply it to this one, which should hopefully speed it up. Okay, here we go. So now let's take a look at this. So murkiness, depth noise. Okay, let's start with the noise scale, because that's, wait, where are none of these affecting? Why are none of these changing anything? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Here we go. So this one right here affects how noisy the water is. Okay. Yeah, a water bump here. Where's this water kind of sucks. Okay, so if I go like this. Ugh. This water kind of sucks. Maybe let's try the noise scale. That literally does not do anything. Well, that's reassuring. Why are these properties literally not doing anything? Okay, well, you know what? We're going to make our own water. So let me set a timer, because I'm going to start doing this. I think this will make a more interesting live stream. We're going to set a timer for 20 minutes. No, 25. 25 minutes and 1 second, and that'll be all the time we'll spend on the water, and then we'll move to something else. Just so we don't get trapped in like an hour of endless water work, because that's not very exciting, you know? So, let's start with a standard shader. Here we go. Terrain, whatever. And I'm gonna start the timer. Ready, set, go. So, first things first, we're gonna go over here, and we're going to go into my shaders. And we're going to create a brand new shader, which I don't know if I've ever done on the live stream. Maybe I have. The return of speedrunning? Literally. We're going to call this lake water. I mean, I probably should call it flipped water. Yeah, I'm going to regret that if not. We're going to call it flipped lake water. Because we're not going for realistic, we're going for flipped. Which is kind of its own thing. So, amplify surface shader. We're going to call this flipped lake water. Here we go. Come on, Udini. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, here we go. We're good. And then I'm gonna move this to my second screen, which we can cycle between, which I'll show you in a second. And then we're gonna create a brand new material for you. Perfect. And we're gonna assign the material here. Wonderful. Now we have a black lagoon. How delightfully not what we want. So, is it drinkable? I mean, yes. Like, anything's technically drinkable. Like, you could drink, a cord or, like, spray bottle, but it won't be good for you. Okay, so, if I flip over to my other screen here, voila! Now, I might not be a real programmer because I use the shader editor, because I don't write my shaders by hand anymore, because that sucks. I never recommend that. It sucks. So, we're gonna be doing it with this. So, first things first, what makes good water? If I were a good game developer, I would probably research water, and I'd probably be like, okay, what makes good water? You know, what can I do to make this water look realistic? But I'm not, so I'm just gonna plug in a texture. We're gonna plug in actually a bump map texture, sorry. We're gonna unpack that normal, and then we are going to define it as a normal, and this is gonna be called our bump map. Pretty self-explanatory. And what this is gonna do, well, actually first, okay, sorry, I'm getting off topic. I'm slightly suspicious that this is not using the right coordinates. So let's verify. Okay. So I plugged in the UVs here, and you can see that there is a gradient, which is good. That is good. That we do want that. I was suspicious that we had bad UVs, but we don't. So that's wonderful. Okay, so let's switch back over here, and what we're gonna do is just define a bump map. Super simple, right? Can you please mute me so my friends can stop being weird? I don't know what you mean there. So for the bump map, what we're gonna do, gradient, sky disk incident, no, literally. What we're gonna do is now we are going to apply the water bump, and we have a few different options we can choose from. I kind of like this one. I think this one looks the most dramatic. Although, as you can probably, oh, I see the problem. Okay, well, I was right about the UVs. The UVs are a little wonky, so let me fix this real quick. It's super easy to fix. Just do a cube map protection. Okay, there we go. Right back here. Perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase the tiling here. Already this looks much better. We're gonna use this water normal to kind of replicate these sorts of waves. It does look like oil. We're gonna work on that. That's just because we don't have a material yet, or we don't have a color yet. We just have bump map. So we're gonna use this to replicate waves, and then what I wanna do is I actually want 2 of them. So we're gonna call this bump map number 2, and we're gonna focus on this one over here. And, oh shoot, I lost the other one. Okay, hold on. Let's do an add, just so I can keep track of both, because I don't want to lose, I don't want to override it, because it'll automatically come out. Anyway, here we go. We're gonna add the other water material that I saw, this one right here, which I believe, let me just set this to 0 real quick so we can properly see this one. This one's way more subtle. Can you guys see it? Probably not with the YouTube compression. But this one's way more subtle. You know, actually I don't like that. We're gonna use the other one because the other one's way better. So we're gonna create this one, which is a little bit more fine-grained and a little bit smaller, like so. And then we have our original one like this, which will just create a little bit more detail for this water. And then what we're gonna do to bring this water to life, we are going to get a time node here, and then we are going to add the texture coordinate. Oops, I think it's U. Yeah, texture coordinates. We're gonna add the texture coordinates with time. And so what this is gonna do is this is going to make it so the texture pans. And I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. If I just go like negative 0.5, and then I go here. Now, if we apply it, oof, that did not go as well as I thought. I don't want to show you that. That's kind of embarrassing. Let me fix that real quick. Oof, that did not turn out as well as I thought. Okay, well, one second, guys. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this a little bit different. We're gonna have to go here, and this one needs to be 10 by 10, and this one needs to be 25 by 25. Okay. Perfect. So let me, real quick, hold on a second. Here we go. Ready? And boom. Now, you can see that we have moving water. It's a little bit too fast. Did I start the timer? Yeah, I started it on my phone. I kind of don't want to put it on the screen because I don't want it to be distracting. But it's moving a little bit too fast. So let me slow it down a tiny bit because we want it to be kind of calm. Oh, you know what? This would actually be a great setting to include in the shader. So let's call this water moving speed. And by default, we're going to put it at 0.01, which I think is going to be fine. Plug it into here, and it's property. Perfect. Well, now it's moving very slowly. So let me speed that up a tiny bit, maybe 0.3. Does that look about right? I think so. Right? Okay, we're gonna say that looks perfect. We're gonna say this is perfect and this is completely lifelike. Now, I keep getting comments about oil, so let's make this actually look like water. So I'm gonna grab a color. Oh wait, let me switch the screen. I'm gonna grab a color here. Actually, you know what? No. Yeah, sorry. I'm all over the place today. We're gonna grab 2 different colors. We're gonna call this color A. Or actually, we're gonna call this the color surface. And we are going to not use alpha because that doesn't make sense, but we're going to use HDR. And then we are going to create another color, and this is going to be called the color depth. So we're going to have 2 different colors based on, will I improve the waterfall? I'm hoping so. I guess it depends on how much extra time we have. So we have 2 different colors based on how deep the water is going to be. And to do that, I always hate doing this. This is always so hard to do, but I think it's camera depth fade. And if we plug this into the debug here, and we flip to the other screen, oh no, this isn't the right one at all. Okay. I think it's maybe called surface depth. Yeah, here we go. Ideally, what this is going to do for us is this is going to tell us how deep the water is underneath the surface. So I do remember I have to turn off shadows for this to work, I think. But I can't tell if it's working. Let me switch to the screen here. What I'm expecting is to see some sort of like gradient based on how. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay, actually this is working. It's just, so see how the edge here is brighter than the center? That's what I'm expecting to see. So it looks like depth is just a little wonky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this, or I'm going to divide it by a large amount. So hopefully we'll be able to see this effect a lot more, or a lot greater. We do like 25 maybe. Okay, this isn't actually what I want to see. So let's do position maybe? Screen position? No. Position. Surface position. No. The position. How do I get the position? Screen position, object position, position. Here we go. Let's just try and plug in this position and let's see if this works. This does not work. Okay, well, we're gonna try it a different way. So I think it's called. Let's see what depth options I have. Camera fade depth, divide depth, linear depth, depth fade. I think depth fade is what I'm looking for actually. So let's try vertex position. If I plug that into here, let's see if that works for us. Okay, that's better. I think that's better. So let's. Ooh, maybe not. Ah, no, maybe not. Is it better? I can't tell. Oh, it is. See? Look right here. So this is what I'm looking for. See how it kind of fades right here? That's exactly what I'm looking for. And what this is going to allow me to do is to really, yeah, look, see? Now it's looking a little bit more like water or like fog. And that's exactly what I wanted. Yeah. So let me allow this to be a parameter that we can use outside. So I'm going to call this the depth distance. And by default, we're going to set it to something like 35. I'm going to plug that in and boom. So we can use this to define our depth. So you may notice it's a little bit glitchy, and I think the reason for that is just because, yeah, we don't have post-processing turned on. But once we do, it'll look a lot nicer. But I'm going to keep that off because I think it ruins it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to stay right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use that data, and we're going to lerp between our two different colors. So for the surface, which is this blue color, or this black color, we're going to lerp between and plug that right into here. Boom. We're back to the oil. But it's okay because now we can customize the colors. Ooh. I don't know about that. So we can set the surface color to be something like white, and then we can set the depth color to be something like a blue, right? Like this, which does not... Oh, okay, wait. It does not look the best. Okay, well, let's continue workshopping this and maybe we'll figure it out. So, what if we set this to like a purple? Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem, guys. I figured it out. It's because I didn't clamp it. My bad, everyone. I forgot to clamp the results. Basically, what clamping does is because... See how we're getting like these bright areas on the sides here? This is because the result is greater than 1. So it's like multiplying the color a ton. We do not want that. So if we clamp it, we're forcing the number between 0 and 1. Boom. Okay, so that helped. I'm going to get rid of the normal for now, just so we don't have to worry about it. And we can kind of see this in its glory. So if I do think that the depth should be like a dark bluish purple, like this. I think that looks nice. And then the surface can be more of like this sort of color, right? Now, another thing that we need to keep in mind is see how sharp these lines are? That's no good. Realistically, water kind of starts to blur out as it gets deeper, so we can replicate that really easily because if you remember, a little bit of foreshadowing, well, we happen to have a number that tells us how deep the water is. So what we can do is I'll switch you to the other screen here. We can add in a noise here, a noise generator. And what this does is it basically just generates random noise. So like if I plug in the position of the vertex here, you can see in this little preview that it's generating just some random noise. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this to kind of mess up the value of the deepness, right? So we can do that with the multiply. And a lot of this is just kind of math, so I apologize if that's not your strong suit. But basically what we're going to do is we are going to multiply the noise. So we're going to kind of distort it as it gets deeper. And then we're going to take that distortion and we're going to plug that itself into the color. So, and we preview that now. If we check, oh wait, let me expose this parameter so we can kind of play with this in the editor. So I'm going to call this depth noise scale. We're going to give this a value of 1 right here. And then we need a depth noise influence, which is also, oh, I spelled that wrong. Influence. It's also going to be a value of 1. And then we're going to multiply the noise result by that value, which basically just lets us control it. I wish the node had it built in, but it doesn't. Okay, so if we go back to the screen here, we get this, which not exactly ideal. Not exactly ideal. So let's see if we can fix this just by playing with some of these values here. And if we can't, then we can't. Oh, I also realized this is causing ambient occlusion, which is making this look different. So without the ambient occlusion, you can see our scale is actually distorting this a tiny bit. Oh, I should clamp it after as well. I should definitely do that. I'm just gonna clamp it right here real quick. Okay, there we go. You can see that it's kind of, oh wait, actually that looks better. It's kind of working, but it's not really what we want. So what I'm gonna do, let's see how this looks with post. It's just this, I don't know about this. What if we tried to, sorry, I was so confident about that, but I was wrong. What if we tried to apply this multiplication to the vertex position itself instead of doing that whole shebang? Let's see if that works. Okay, yeah, that works way better. So you can see now that as we change the scale, it starts to distort the depth, right? Look at that. That's way better. Check that out. Okay, cool. So we can kind of play with the distortions here. Do you see what I mean? It's like if we increase the scale, now the reflections get all wavy, the deeper it goes, which is exactly awesome. Exactly what we want. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to plug in time as well into that what's it called? The depth, so that this little wavy effect happens as time goes on. You don't have to understand Unity stuff to hopefully follow what I'm talking about. I'm trying to be as clear as possible, but if I'm not, let me know. So we're going to call this the depth noise time scale. And we're gonna have time be put into here. Oh, this will make sense in a second. Just one moment, please. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. So now you can see it's wiggling around. As the water, it's wiggling around, but a little bit too fast. So what we can do is we can just turn down this time scale. And now you can see as we slow it down, it wiggles around just as we would expect water to do. So we can change the wiggleness amount by reducing this number here. And then maybe we want to increase the scale, like so. Right? Nice. Now it's kind of limited to the vertex positions, which is why we can't get a certain amount of scale. So I'm going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work. So if this doesn't work, feel free to make fun of me for being, I should know this. But I think what I can do is I can grab this position and plug this in instead. Let's see if this works. Okay, this did not work at all. Well, that's okay. That's perfectly okay. We will just pretend like that. I never even tried that. You know, it's worth it. It's worth the shot. So one thing I will add is something called tessellation. And what tessellation does, I can actually show you this, it's pretty cool. What this does is, see the wireframe of our lake here? What this does is this allows us to add more detail to the mesh without actually adding details to the mesh. So it's kind of cheating, but if we turn this on here, check this out. Wait, is it gonna work? Do I have to save? Oh no, did this break everything? Hold on a second. Completely broke everything. Just amazed. No! Are you kidding? Why did it break everything? Okay, you know what? We are gonna just do this. Come on. No, it broke everything. Come on, tell me I can use tessellation. Dang it. Well, looks like we can't. So, seriously? I've never had a problem with tessellation before. What? This is bumming me out. Maybe it's because we're using wireframe mode. Oh man. Wait, actually, yeah, that's... Is that it? Oh. What? Why is this not working? Hold on a second. My confidence is shattered. Oh, we're getting an error in here. Okay, what's the error here? Whatever. We're not gonna use tessellation. Tessellation is a fraud. It's fake anyway. Tessellation isn't real. I don't know why that's not working. It's kind of making me really sad, actually. It's fine. TextMesh Pro. Okay, whatever. So to resolve that, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna... Okay. Do not tell anyone about this, because this is actually really embarrassing, but I'm just going to increase the detail of the water here, like so, and we are going to pretend like you all did not notice that, okay? I should not be doing this, but it's fine. Okay, so let's make the water, the depth a little bit not as dramatic. We're going to increase the depth distance here. Oh, this is looking awesome, actually. But I don't like this ambient occlusion. I wonder if I just change the position of this, if this will change. Okay, so changing it to transparent will make it so the ambient occlusion goes away, but it'll make it so it'll make it so what's it called? The fog won't work with the water. So trade-offs. I think we're gonna use this and it'll be fine. So this is looking pretty. This is looking nice. I like this a lot. I like how we have these like sorts of cliffs here, and I can even decrease them like that. Ooh, check that out. So you can kind of see the edge of the cliffside, and if we go up here, you can see the depth of the lake in this horrible tree skirt thingy. Maybe not that much. And then we want to make this a lot more distorted. But I don't want the distortion. Do you guys see the problem here? As I increase the distortion amount, it's all going in one direction. Huh. Which is not what I wanted. So to fix that, it's actually super simple. What we just need to do is we just need to have a subtract, and we just need to make part of this noise negative, which you don't really need to understand the math of why that works, but now we can see it's done evenly. Perfect. 20 minutes is almost out. Oh my gosh, you're right. We only have 3 minutes left. Okay, we might have to add extra time. You're a bit late, sorry. No worries. So this is looking a lot better. This depth here. And I want to do one more thing, if that's okay with you. Maybe we need to extend the time. Are you guys down to extend the time? Are you guys having fun? Or should we work on something else? But go here, just like so. Then the one thing that I do want to add is, I think we're cooked without extended timer, definitely. Work on something else? Okay, there's one vote for working on something else. I think maybe adding 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes? I think 5 more minutes is fine. Let's add 5 more minutes. So we'll do 7 minutes. Can you guys agree with that? Because I want to show you something really cool. So, extended? Okay. So, you're right, this does clash, and it doesn't really look like water. And the reason for that is that it's not using the color, right? In real life, water is transparent. So what we can do is we can actually grab the color from underneath it. So let me see if I can remember how to do this. I think it's called Let me flip to the other screen just so you have visual stimulation. I think it's called screen color. Grab screen color. I think it's this one. And what this does is if we give this the screen position right here, what this will do is perfect. We check it over here. Notice anything? The water's gone. Right? That's kind of weird. That kind of sucks. Why is the water gone? Actually, give me a microphone letter? Yeah, I totally can. Actually, the water is not gone at all. It's a trick, because what it's doing is it's grabbing the screen color and it's applying it to the material. So, for example, I can illustrate this point. If I mess up the UVs here, check this out. See? It's all glitchy now. So, what we can do is this is giving us the color of what's underneath it, which we can use to give the water the original color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this original surface color and I'm going to multiply it by the color of the thing on the surface. And then we're going to use that instead. And if we apply that now, check this out. Ready? Oh. That didn't work as I expected. One moment. Let me put this on debug so we can see it properly. There we go. See? Now you can see, if we ignore the glitching, now you can see underneath the water, it's keeping its same color. We can illustrate this point further if I just brighten this to white. Check that out. Isn't that cool? So now we can actually see the color of the water. And it looks a lot more like water now, right? So we can tint this top part a tiny bit because in real life, water does have this sort of tint. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a purple tint right here. And then what I'm going to do is let's bring back our normal because we have not been using it. So let's plug this into, I think we can plug it into this channel. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it'll appear darker, but that's just because it needs lighting. And then we're going to bring back our normal. And we're going to plug our normal into here and let's see how this messes everything up. There we go. It's all coming together, right? So we do need to brighten some of this because as you can tell, it's getting kind of hard to see, which we can do with these HDRIs. That's called planning ahead. And I'm going to multiply this normal just so that we have more control over it. So let me go here and we're going to go normal influence. Are you guys seeing the right screen? Okay, perfect. I'm going to multiply this here and then I'm going to put it in here. And what this allows us to do is it's really simple. This just basically allows us to control how much. Wait, that's not what I want. Is this not working? You know what? We're going to work on that later. What this basically allows us okay, you know what? That actually might be a problem. What we're going to do is we're just going to lerp. It's okay. Don't panic, guys. I have a solution. I can figure this out. So, we're gonna use the vertex normal instead. There we go. This should hopefully work. Okay, perfect. So now we can change how much the waves affect. So you can see, for example, if I fix this real quick, if we make this really bright, then the wave, or really high, then the waves are super strong. And if we make them 0, there's no waves. And now here comes the magic. Now, you may have noticed, and I noticed this too, the wave bumps aren't really affecting the color or the shakiness. Shakiness, that's not the right word. They're not really affecting the river or the lake very much. So what we can do actually is we can use that same normal and apply that to our noise texture from earlier. So let me do that real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. Hopefully it looks good. Let's see. It's a little vibraty. It's shaking a little bit too much for my tastes, which is fine. That's fine. So let's just kind of quickly undo that. And we're going to add that into right here. Let's try that. Perfect. So I'm going to give that a custom setting too, because I would love to be able to control that value. And then we are going to call this the bump depth noise influence. Spelled that wrong again. Oh my gosh. fluence. Perfect. And we're gonna put that right here and plug it into here. Okay, wonderful. So now we can change. Oh shoot, I broke everything. Oh no, wait, we're fine. We're fine. Maybe. I broke everything. I fully broke everything. Okay, well that's fine. Why? Is this gonna fix it? What? How? What? How'd that break everything? That makes no sense. That makes literally no sense at all. Wait. No, I just plugged it into the wrong one. That's totally... Wait, did I? Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry about this. Hold on. Oh, I'm messing up with my settings here. I need to go here. Let me switch to the other screen just so it's a little bit more interesting. Have I shown the surprise yet? No, it'll be at the very end. And it'll be pretty fun. So, wait, what did I break? How did this break? Like, I literally didn't change anything. Ooh, why is it doing this? I don't like this. It's like, here, look, let me show you. It's like flashing as I move around. I don't like that. Ugh, what is going on? Okay, you know what? We are going to work on that later. Will it be a script page? I'll actually let you guys vote on what it could be. We'll do two different things. We're going to pretend like that worked perfectly fine, and we're going to deal with that later. So, oh, I see. The flashing is caused by something completely unrelated. Oh, the timer went off. Okay, we're going to finish real quick. I'm so sorry. We're going to finish real quick. So, I don't know why that flashing happens, but we are going to resolve that later. So, what I'm going to do now is real quick speed run, right? We are going to... Is it because of this? Or... No. Wait. We're not seeing the wiggliness anymore. Wait, what did I do? Oh, I messed this up bad. Oh, I messed this up bad. Oh! There we go. Fixed. Sorry, chat. Sorry about that. I fixed it. We're good. I see where I messed up. I removed one of the things by accident. Okay. Now if we add this here. Okay, now, here we go. Now we're cooking. So now we can use the waves to kind of adjust the depth of this thing too. Perfect. Okay, we're good. Chat's gone crazy. I can see. Oh my gosh, you guys are shipping me with ethics. We're gonna not deal with that. So, the last step of making this water look nice, in my opinion, is we need some sort, like water's reflective, right? But you can see if we put in our like, oh, whoa, look at this. Oh, this looks awesome. Okay, this is okay, yeah, this is good. Sorry. You can see there's no reflections. You know, this light right here is casting light on this water, but it's not reflective. So luckily for us, this is super easy to do. Basically, all we do is I'll flip it to the other screen here. Real quick, we're speedrunning this. We need to add a property for metallicness, which plugs conveniently right into the metallic slot. And then we need to add a property for smoothness, which conveniently plugs right into the smoothness slot. So with those two properties defined, if we switch back to the main screen here, what we can do is we can change these and kind of give our water a little bit of reflection, like so. Now that's looking much more like water, in my opinion. Check that out. Beautiful. Am I right? Look at that. This looks awesome. So I'm gonna kind of play around with the colors a little bit because I want like this, and then I kind of want the darker parts to be like that. Perfect. Look at how beautiful this is. Now, we finished the water. Let's see this in game. Let's see if it really lives up to the hype. There's one more thing I want to add, but we can deal with that later if we have extra time. This is going to be kind of annoying to work within the editor, but it'll be fine. Thankfully, we're not playing in the editor. All right, everyone ready? Let's go watch this water for the first time. I'm actually really excited about this. Ready? I'm nervous a little bit, actually. Okay, let's grab a flashlight, just because we might not be able to see. And we are going to go over here. nervous. Okay. Okay, so I think it doesn't have very good lighting. I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine. But I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm a little bit disappointed. Um, which is okay. It's okay to be disappointed sometimes. I think it just needs a little bit better lighting. So, what we need to do is, I think something that would really help is adding some reflections, right? I think that would go a long way. So let me set up a reflection probe real quick. I bet I can do this before you guys even notice if I just stretch this whole thing out. This is what I did for the thumbnail. I kind of lied for you guys. I made a fake reflection probe even though I knew I wasn't going to use it immediately. But if we set this to real time and then we set this to every frame, look at that. That already looks way better. And we don't need this much. There we go. And we're going to turn on box projection, which makes it look a little bit nicer in my opinion. Then we're going to increase the resolution. Beautiful. Let me try to mess with the position here to get some better results. I think if I put it in the middle, it might work out nicer for us, maybe. If I go like this, and I go like this, just kind of spread it out over the lake. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's see what happens if we... Okay, so here's the reflections really shining. But I'm a little bit disappointed because there's no reflections from these very pretty spotlights. Or very pretty lights up here. So I kind of have like a crazy idea, to be honest. Do you guys want to hear my idea? This is actually a little bit unhinged. What we can do is we can grab these fireflies, and I think we can just, if we place some more, I think we can just move them underneath the water. Ooh, I made a very bright spot. That's not what I want. Okay, that did not work. And I think it's because it's rendering in the transparency channel, which I've dealt with before. Remember with the whole, yeah, I think if I do this one, maybe. And then we got to turn off motion blur. See, I think if we put them underneath the water, it'll kind of mimic the reflection. This is not turning out how I want. Maybe if I flatten it like so. Okay, this is actually kind of cheating. I'll put them slightly above the water, right? And then I'll turn off the lighting for them. Oh, this is so cheating. This is so cheating. Oh my gosh, this is actually really, really kind of funny. What I'm doing is I'm putting fake fireflies barely on top of the water to kind of mimic reflections, and then that's how I'm gonna do this. There we go. Check that out. I think that looks really nice. What do we think about that? I think that looks really, really neat. So let me just kind of increase their scale a tiny bit just so that we can see them a little bit better. And could I make this so it does not affect the reflections? What if I put them slightly a bit below? Well, we're going to decrease their size a tiny bit, and then I'm going to make them so they can spawn in a bigger circle. Like this. Let's see. Yeah, check that out. We're totally faking it, but it looks really, really, really nice. So you guys will know the secret that these are completely faked. And in reality, the fireflies are just barely above the surface. And you can kind of tell if you look closely, but it'll be fine. Boom, look how pretty that is. All right, so let me save these two little things inside of an object so that we can edit them in the game. And if we go here, and then go here, perfect. Now, I don't think you noticed this, but the frames were really bad. Like, we're talking 20 frames per second. And I know exactly what's causing that. It is... Take a guess. Actually, yeah. A little game dev trivia for you. Why do you think the game is all of a sudden super laggy? Is it because, A, this water shader... Well, hold on. Let me actually fix it real quick. And then we're gonna, okay, yeah. Let's fix it real quick. And then we're gonna ask you guys a question. It'll be a learning experience for everyone. So, if we go right back to our water here, why do you think this is lagging? Is it because A, this water shader is too complicated? B, the reflections are causing issues? Or C, because this tree has too much vertices? Let me know your thoughts. Should we do a poll about it? I think we should do a poll about it. I think that would be fun. Let's see what everyone thinks. So, A, water shader. B, reflections. Or C, tree has too much mesh. All right. Everyone say your thing in the poll and in chat so that I can see. Everyone vote. Let's see. Ooh, 73% think the tree has too much mesh. 21% think it's because of the reflections, and 7% think it's because of the water shader. I'll give you a clue. It wasn't lagging before this live stream. All right, there's your clue. So I don't know if you can change your vote after you vote, but if you can change your vote. Has to be the reflection. Definitely C. All right, the real answer, the correct answer is because of the reflection. So basically the mistake I was making, let me show you real quick, was this reflection probe here. I had the refresh mode set to every single frame. So every single frame, it was recalculating the reflections, which right here is a 1K texture, which is a lot. That is a lot of computation power. So to fix this, what I needed to do was I needed to switch this refresh mode to on awake. Now what this means is that if I were to, for example, it's pros and cons. If I were to suddenly move this light, that reflection of that light will still be there, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it's what we got to do for performance reasons. So, yeah, congrats to everyone who got that right. That's awesome. Should we do more trivia like that in the future? I think that'd be fun. So, that's the tree done. It only took us, oh my gosh, it took us an hour. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We'll move to something else now. So, let me see what the other option was. I think it was the tree lighting. Yes. Okay, should we do the tree lighting? Or should we do working on the dock? Which one do you guys think? Let me do another poll. We're doing so many polls today. That was fun? Cool. All right, so tree lighting or dock. And do you guys mind if this live stream is a little bit longer than normal? Because I really want to get to everything that I said I would. Let's see what everyone votes. In the meantime, I'm going to change this to a 512 texture because we really don't need this much reflection. You don't mind? Perfect. The dock? Okay, that makes sense because you guys are... What I was going to do is I was just going to add... I should add context. Real quick, sorry. I'm so all over the place. But for the tree lighting, what we're going to do is I imagined a little light bulbs hanging from the tree branches itself. So we have the little floaty bits, but then we also have the stuff hanging from the tree. For the dock, what we're going to do, if I turn on the lighting, we're going to do lighting for the dock, and then, oh my gosh, this is, wait, this kind of looks pretty. It looks like very bright, very pretty at the same time. For the dock, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a lot more mesh here, and we are going to add in the different bridges, so you can go from her house all the way to here, whatnot, and then, ooh, this looks also so pretty. And then after this, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the village for a tiny bit. The dock? Okay, the dock one. Makes sense. So... Oh, wait, let's see how this waterfall looks. I didn't actually get a chance to see this. I don't imagine this is going to be... I think the waterfall is going to need TLC. Its own little thing, but... Okay, the tree also doesn't look very pretty from this angle, but that's fine. We'll work on that. Look, I'm walking on water, guys. Is that a miracle? Give Buddy light. Ooh, the light doesn't look the best with the water, but that's fine. So let's navigate over here. Oh. I mean, It's not the best thing in the world, but you know what? It's not terrible. I don't need some more work. But Lucas is Jesus? No, literally. But like look how the water looks as I kind of like if I walk back to this tree here. The water looks really nice. Look at that. I like that a lot. Okay, anyway, let's work on the dog. So, for the dog, let's go back to Blender here. And before the live stream, I was kind of adding these little pillars, but just playing through it real quick just now, I noticed I think they're a little bit too tall. So, let's just kind of move these down here. So my basic plan for the dog, what happened to the glow flashlight? We lost the glow flashlight in the elevator crash. So, it unfortunately will not be making a return to Act 2. Every act is going to have its own flashlight, which I think will be awesome. The cave textures in Blender are indeed the old ones, but the ones in Unity are the new ones. So they should be good, because we made them in one of the first live streams that we did for Act 2. So for the dock, what I imagine we're going to have is, it's mainly just going to be transport, so getting between to and from the village over here. But I would love to add in just little personality things, you know, little things for Lucy. Yeah, unique flashlight for every single act, yeah. So the buddy flashlight is cool because it works. It's not very bright, unless you're next to Lucy. When you're right next to Lucy, then both of your flashlights are together. Because you and Lucy both have a buddy flashlight, which I just think is so cute. It's gonna be so fun to work with. I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be awesome. Which we did a long time ago in a live stream. But I'm gonna add some of these little wood pieces here, which are just kind of not lazily on my end, but lazily on Lucy's end. Oh, right, you're so right. You lose the glow flashlight at Skyvent. Sorry, I don't even know my own game. Thank you for the correction. Yeah, but we're gonna have, so you and Lucy have to stick together in order for your flashlights to work. Isn't that so cute? Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? It'll be awesome. And then Act 3's flashlight, who knows what Act 3's flashlight is gonna be? I'd imagine it's probably gonna be it's gonna have a unique mechanic, of course. So maybe it'll be like, I don't know, like, I really want to kind of bring back hallucinations with the blinking mechanic and the mold. So maybe it'll be like, maybe it'll be something like, the more you hallucinate, the brighter it gets or something, or it flickers or I don't know, something like that. We'll figure it out when we get there. But I'm just adding these little pillars into here, which should hopefully make this look, I mean, a little bit used, but also should be a Lucy lantern. Oh, that would be cool too. Should hopefully like so. Though to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna remove your buddy flashlight at the end of Act 2. I don't think I'm gonna remove it like I did with the glow flashlight. So maybe you'll get a chance. You can choose between the two different flashlights if you wish. Okay, so these little platforms have these little wood pillars. Now let's quickly go into the game to make sure that they're at the right height, because I have a tendency to make things too big. So let's go in the game real quick. We're gonna work on the nightmare sequence. I imagine eventually we would. I'm gonna do scene lighting faults, which is gonna make it look kind of crazy, but it'll be fine. Here we go. So if we fly ourselves down here, oh, it's kind of very distracting. It's okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is a proper height. This is kind of what I imagined. This one looks good. This one, way too tall. Okay, so remember, keep track of this, guys. So I'm gonna do live streams for Act 3? Yeah, of course. So this number 2 is too tall. So keep track of that in the chat, please. This main one looks alright. It looks like it's the perfect height. So main is fine, except for the end. So the end of main is too tall. And then let's see this little circle platform up here. Oh, this is literally embarrassing. The circle is too tall. The circle is way too tall, like seriously way too tall. This is very embarrassing. Okay, sweet. Thank you for writing them down. That's gonna be very helpful. So, what was it? Number 2 was too tall? Yeah. So, circle is way too tall? Yeah. All right, so number 2 was too tall. Oh wait, I'm not even on the right screen. Sorry about that. So let's kind of reduce this down. And I think the pillars should also the pillars should honestly also be smaller too. Okay, there we go. Then the start of, or the end of main 2, right? Was too tall. You're late again? It's okay, don't worry about it. Here we go. Just like so. We're gonna lower this. And it's fine if they clip a tiny bit. It's gonna be okay. While I do this, I have a question for you all. If you were not here during yesterday's live stream, how come? Was it because like you had something going on, or maybe the last live stream didn't look interesting enough, or maybe you didn't know there was a live stream? I would love to hear your thoughts as to how come. Because yesterday's live stream did not perform as I'd hoped. And then this one was way. You had places to go, you were with your friends, that's totally fair. So, you weren't home? Okay, yeah, that's totally fair. So should we maybe do live streams on Sunday instead? Does that work better for you guys? Because it would work well for me too. Because I know Saturdays can sometimes be just really busy. And so I want to make sure that you guys can catch the live stream so that you can see all the awesome progress. No? No for Sunday? Okay, so I think I reduced these heights properly. Maybe I should do a poll. Let me do a poll real quick. What works better generally? So not just like yesterday or whatever. Saturday or Sunday? Let's see what you guys think. So it's the same for you? Okay, okay. Oh, I should add an option for both. Hold on, sorry, canceling the poll. Let me add an option for either or. Saturday. Sunday. Either or. Okay, there we go. Both. I don't know if I could do both every single time, but we'll do the bonus live streams occasionally. I think I maybe could do 2 next week too. We'll see. What if you make a monster that kills you when you get in the water? I actually plan on that. I plan on adding a little monster that kind of swims around here. We can definitely do that for another live stream, actually. I think that'd be really cool. Either or? Okay, Saturday seems to work. Okay, okay. Well, actually, either or works. Okay, I'll see how it goes, because we're getting great numbers today, which I'm very, very appreciative of. So maybe I'll look at my YouTube stuff and figure out what works best. So, now that we got this platform done, imagine flute but fish. Yeah, I kind of, here, let me show you what I imagine that would live in this. See, I should do this thing, incognito mode. So one time I accidentally revealed some personal information by Googling something. No one noticed, but I removed it from the edit, but see, serpent. This is what I would imagine lives inside of this sort of lake here. This thing right here, this little guy. Well, I wouldn't say a little guy right here, but this guy. Like something like this, but obviously Vengified. So not like a dragon, but it would look like Venge. It would look maybe something like, ooh, this is looking fun. You know, when I was in middle school, I was extreme. Oh! Ooh, this one looks really cool. I like this one a lot. I was extremely, extremely good at drawing dragons. Like, really, really good at drawing dragons. So, yeah. Okay. Just, you know, future note. But, sweet. I actually really do want to add that in the live stream. And it'd be funny if Lucy, like, had a name for him, and she was like, I think he's friendly. Like, I've never interacted with him. Just, like, literally, source, trust me, bro. I think he's friendly. And maybe you can throw items in there and he'll eat it. Something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But what I want to do is I want to make a little bit. Sorry, I can't talk. I want to add a little bit of a dog for this. I would really love to add rope too. I think that would look really cute. So, if we go like so. Ah, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. We go like this, and maybe we can make this one taller here. Here, meow. I think this might look good. Christmas lights? Oh, Christmas lights would be... Oh! That's a really good idea, actually. That would work really well with the whole theme of Act 2 as well. Oh, that's such a good idea. We're gonna do that for sure. Yeah, okay. But I'm kind of thinking something like this. I have a very similar structure in my satisfactory base, which is kind of random, but... Also, a little side note as I make this. Did you guys know that I've made a TikTok? I've been posting a lot of shorts and stuff over there, and the TikTok's honestly doing really well. Like, I'm really happy with it. I was trying to post them on my main, my animation account, but it was just kind of falling apart. But like, if you search on TikTok right now, if you search mascot horror, I'm one of the top results, which is pretty awesome. I mean, it's kind of like, it's like a little bit double-edged, because it means that people are not searching mascot horror on TikTok if I am able to pop up, but I think that's pretty awesome. Ooh, I got a message. We're gonna deal with that later. But yeah, so go follow me there. You don't like TikTok? That's fair. You know what? Don't tell the TikTok people, but me neither. I've never like sat down and been like, I want to use TikTok. I've never done that. But I can't deny that it'll help make Venge grow. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Hello, Max. How are you? All right, let's move this piece. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. You guys can cancel me if you want, but I do not care. I'm sorry. We are on a time crunch. I didn't set a timer, but we're on a time crunch to get this finished as soon as possible so we can get to the surprise. But if we do this, do this, like so. Lazy coaster. It's not lazy. It's smart. Work smarter, not harder. And you won't even notice. You won't even notice. Like, you're gonna be so distracted with that little cool sea monster, you're not gonna notice. All right, we're just gonna kind of go like this. Just build out a little bit of a structure, like so. And we'll put another one right here. And this one is gonna be a little bit lower, but a little bit steeper. Awesome. You will leave a negative review? No! This looks sick? Thank you, thank you. Ooh, you know what'd be actually really cute? If I grab Lucy's, like, roof stuff she's got going on. Hold on, I want to see actually in my TikTok. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm so distracted. You would think let's see. Ooh, I got a lot of followers. Yay. That's awesome. That my latest video is almost at 1,000 views, which is pretty awesome. Yay! Okay, anyway, sorry. What I'm thinking of doing is... Did you say I was gonna set up a Steam page? Oh, no comment. No comment on that. Would I ever make Venge merch? Oh, I would love to make Venge merch so much. I was thinking about it if 2.0's release was a bigger deal, but unfortunately it wasn't really. So I didn't end up going through with that. But if Act 2 is kind of a big deal, then we can make Venge merch. How about that? Because I really want Venge merch. I really want Venge merch. Like, you guys have no idea. You guys think you want Venge merch? I want Venge merch. I want Venge merch. 2.0 deserves better. I think 2.0 did really good. I just had my expectations too high. Like, 2.0 did a lot for the game. It was, especially for me, like in terms of learning and in terms of figuring out how to make a good game, 2.0 did wonders for me. Like, Help C 2.0 got me to where I am with Lucy right now. Like, it helped me a lot. So I can't blame 2.0, but it did not do the best. Like, I just had my expectations too high. Yeah, I didn't really do a ton of marketing. I just had like a marketing week, but also just I'm not the best at marketing, and I'm so sorry. It's just not my forte. Hence why I'm trying to do better for 2.0 or for Act 2, because I like realized like I can't just do like a 1-week promotion for Act 2. I kind of have to make it a whole thing. Hence why I'm starting now. And I figured that it would be better because I don't feel good about releasing like trailers right now. I don't feel good about like announcing a release date or doing cinematic stuff. I don't feel good about doing that right now because I don't know when it's going to come out. But I can do what I'm doing right now. I can do gameplay videos. I can just talk about Venge. And I know that when I talk about Venge, people like it because I've been told that I come across very like what's the right word? Like fun to follow, optimistic. I care a lot about Venge, to the point where it might be a little bit annoying, but that's hopefully a positive thing. So I'm starting now, and I'm hoping to build up an audience. So if you want to like and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to hit 10K by the end of the year. It's mathematically not possible, but I think that we can defy mathematics. Think you're annoying? No, you're totally fine. Okay, so I'm kind of imagining this. We do a little bit of a roof thing here. Do my neighbors think I'm delusional? Oh, 100%. They hear my temp Lucy voice dialogue. They hear me acting out the script. They hear everything. They think I'm crazy. Sub since 2021. Thank you. That's awesome. Set a sub goal. I do definitely need to. But it's mathematically... Okay, wait, can I show you guys something? It's a little bit off topic. It's a little bit statistical. But I want to show you because I think it's kind of interesting. It's not good, but it's interesting. So if you didn't know, I love statistics and like analytics stuff. Like that's like one of my favorite things ever about YouTube. So of course I have spreadsheets about everything. I have spreadsheets about this live stream right now, which is just kind of like, it's a little crazy, but it's fine. But one of the spreadsheets that I have is tracking my goal of hitting 10K. And let me just show you what it looks like. It's a little bit embarrassing. Okay, so I'll just take a screenshot of it because I don't want to reveal everything. So right here, this is what I would need to get to reach the goal of 10K by the end of the year. This red line right here is where we're at. So like, it's not looking the best, but you know what? I am optimistic. I am passionate, and I think we can do it. I really think we can do it. So if you guys believe in my goal, we're cooked, literally. If you guys believe in my goal, any liking and commenting, all of that helps tremendously. You know, right now I'm doing YouTube on hard mode. I'm trying to grow a channel based on I'm trying to grow a channel based only on my own niche game, which is like the hardest thing you can do on YouTube. Like for example, my main channel, I could just, if I needed to get subscribers, if I wanted to grow, I'd just make a Baldi animation, or I would do a FNAF animation. I can't do that here. I can't make the popular trendy thing. So I'm doing YouTube on hard mode right now, and so, but we're doing really good. We're doing really good, guys, and I really believe that we can do it. It's not just like a me thing, it's like an everyone thing. I really, really believe that we can do it. And I'm trying to think of what would be a fun reward if we can get there. And I low-key think an Act 2 trailer would be awesome if we can get to 10K by the end of the year. I'll suspend my reservations, and I will make an Act 2 trailer earlier than I would like to. I think that'd be really awesome. Do I ever miss animating on my Icar Coaster channel? Yes and no. No, I'm not Icar Coaster. Don't worry. I'm not that guy. Oh, someone's knocking on my door. I think so. Hold on 1 second. If I don't return, you know what happened. But I would say that I do. I would say that I do. Oops. Hold on, I unplugged my headphones. Sorry. I would say that I do miss animating on that channel, but I also don't. And the reason that I don't is because I would just spend so much time working on a video, and then it would underperform. And I'm talking months. Right now my videos take a few days to make. So it's like, if it underperforms, it's like not that big of a deal. But back then it was like, if it underperformed, it really, really sucked. And then as time went on, just like FNAF animations as a whole just started to die out, and it wasn't working very well for me. And then I was also getting really frustrated because I would do research and I would figure out what I thought my audience wanted. But then I would make the video and I would spend like 4 months making the video and it would flop. And I would just be so demotivated, you know, like, oh, that sucks so much. And eventually it just wore off on me. And eventually I was just like, you know what, I'm done. So I do miss it. I do miss like the feeling of like the big, I saw your comment, Zippy. That's funny. But I do miss the big grandiose animations that I used to do. But it just stopped becoming worth it. It started to become a chore. It started to become a huge stressor in my life. Whereas like Venge is way different. Way different. So I like making Venge a lot. Venge, like, it's it's literally like how I relax, which is like funny because like I'll come off of work and I won't be like stressed or anything, but it's just like it's exhausting, you know, because it's work. And I'm just like, I just want to work on Venge. I just want to work on Venge. Even like if Venge isn't necessarily fun. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Ooh, perfect. Okay, I think this looks good. It's not like the prettiest thing in the world. Like, again, it's not going to win an award for the prettiest roof on top of a shack, but I think it's good enough. Do you want me to make Venge edits? Yeah. Okay, honestly, anything that you guys want / can do to help promote Venge would be greatly appreciated. Like, even if you, like, it could be anything. Like, it really, really helps a lot. So, yeah. The last mob rap, that one's kind of in a stasis right now. It's kind of stuck in limbo. And I'm not super sure about that. It's just because, like, my channel got demonetized and it was a whole thing. But now I don't know if... I don't know. I would love to make it. I really would love to make it. But also I'm hyper-focused right now on Act 2. And I don't know if I want to delay Act 2 for what's it called? For another Minecraft animation. I don't know. Anything could happen. I have work? Yeah, I work a full-time job right now. I've been working at my company for over a year now. Isn't that exciting? How to get demonetized? Oh my gosh, it was so stupid. Basically, I just woke up one day and YouTube decided to demonetize my channel. They would not tell me why. I got in so many arguments with the YouTube support team because they just demonetized my channel completely. They said that I violated community guidelines, but the thing was I didn't upload on that channel in like a year, right? So I was like, what did I do wrong? And they wouldn't tell me what I did wrong. Like, they were like, we can't tell you. It's like, so then they're like, you can reapply in January, and go from there. And I was like, what do you mean I can reapply in January? Like, okay, so like, how am I supposed to fix the content on my channel that violates the community guidelines if you won't tell me what violates on my community guidelines? I have hundreds of videos and hundreds of thumbnails and hundreds of titles. I'm not going to go through every single one and be like, does this violate community guidelines? Like, no, that's crazy. So I was just getting so upset. I was like, what do you mean you won't tell me what's wrong? You know, what do you mean? And then they eventually were just like, we're sorry, there's nothing we can do. So I was like, whatever. Then I waited the time, and then come January, I applied for remonetization. 24 hours later, I got applied. Like, I got in. So I got my channel remonetized again. I was like so happy, but I was so mad too because I didn't change anything. I literally just reapplied and they were like, yep, your channel's great. Your channel's perfect. It's all good for monetization. So it's like, oh, so I was fine. You know, I was fine the entire time. You guys just removed it for whatever. And I lost out on a lot of money because of that. And I was really upset, but it's fine now. It's whatever. And since then, a little bit of tea. Since then, that channel has been making half of what it used to make. So that's another reason I kind of just gave up on it, because it's like, seriously? I have to spend months making a video that'll get half of what it used to just because YouTube decided that it was no longer suitable for monetization. Whatever. You're gonna go have dinner? See you later? Alright, sounds good. You thought I worked at Wendy's? No, I actually have never worked a fast food job before, or a minimum wage job. I was able to survive off of everything that I saved from my channel and my games all the way through college, and then I was able to get a proper adult job. So it's pretty awesome. And my job right now is awesome. I love it a lot. It's really, really quite fun. Do I think that might have fake demonetized me? I don't have any evidence for that, and I don't really have anything to necessarily believe that. I do know that the channel was reported by someone, but that could literally be anyone. So I can't say for certain. I should check it out. Definitely, yeah. Okay, I will for sure. Yeah, YouTube monetization is kind of crazy. Another thing that also bugged me about my main channel, or my EKR Coaster channel, was that half of the videos wouldn't get monetized. I would spend months on a video, and then the artist would be like, yep, I'm taking all the money for that. And I would get super demotivated by that, you know? So then I was like working on challenge videos for a bit, which I got all the money for it, but it was like just not the same. So, but for this channel, I get all of the money, which is super, super awesome. And all of that money goes right into Venge development, which is wonderful. But yeah, sorry for the rant. Okay, so for these planks, I kind of imagine that Lucy wouldn't really do... She would kind of stick them in the ground a little bit right here. So it would be almost like this. She wouldn't want to really hook them up to these pillars over here. Like so. A little bit janky, but that's okay. How long have you been live streaming for? Okay, we're doing good. We're right on track. Perfect. I like this a lot, actually. So, Lucy, I feel like Lucy wouldn't care to make sure they were suitable to walk on. I think, yeah, I imagine she would like try her best, but she also like is not an engineer. So like she's like, looks like it'll be fine. And I mean, she likely doesn't weigh that much because she, you know, she's not very tall, and she's not, you know, very big. So I imagine she like jumps on it a few times, and she is like, you know what, that's fine. That looks great. She's like, I'm the only one who's using it, so whatever. Okay, don't tell anyone I'm literally just copying and pasting these staircases right here because I do not want to go through the effort of remaking what I've already done, you know, which I think is fair. I really love doing this sort of architecture. You call it that? I don't know. This sort of design where it's like I love wood. My house is gonna look just like this when I get a house. Like, trust. I'll send pictures and stuff. It'll look just like it. So for this, if I was Lucy, I would just kind of like lay down a ton of boards right here and then be like, yeah, that looks sturdy enough. And honestly, Lucy probably doesn't use this pathway very much, so it's like, it's totally fine. You know, she's like, whatever. In the town, could we get a shop? For like the village people? I see what you mean. Maybe if I have extra development time, I can look into something like that, but I think that might be a little bit beyond the scope of the act I'm trying to make. But we shall see. Here we go. Okay, that looks good. And I'm just gonna copy and paste this exact same thing over to the other side. Like so. Boom, you didn't even notice. You can't even tell. I wonder why Lucy has a guest bedroom. Did she make it because she knew Lucas was in the flip world, or did she make it in case someone else stopped by her house? That is a really good question, and something that I would definitely keep in mind when playing Act 2. I have a question. Do you think my animation on how to rizz up all the Venge monsters is accurate? Oh, 100%. 100%. Alright, so... Perfect. Now let's add a little bit of these pillars here. And this one's going to be kind of girthy. She really found a good pillar for this one. Like so. And then I imagine she probably would do something like this. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. I think this looks good. I think this is looking awesome. Oh no, I forgot one. Ah, sorry about that. I'm so sorry I disappointed you guys. Let me just copy paste this just like last time. And we're just gonna move this over here. You should explain with some trees how she got all the wood. I was actually just about to comment on that. I was like, how did she get all this wood? Yeah, so I'll probably add a little bit of indicators or some sort of journal or something to indicate how she got all this wood. But yeah. Okay, actually I really like this. I think this is cute. What I do want to add is a little bit more of this sort of thing. Show us the surprise? Not yet, the live stream isn't over. We gotta wait till the live stream is over for the surprise. And the surprise isn't something that I can necessarily show you. The surprise is something that we're gonna work on. Unless you guys, I'm gonna give you 2 options for the surprise. And we'll see which one you guys prefer. Okay, so, should we play a game of Smash or Pass, chat? And go for it. Alright, so I'm gonna put some of this roof tile. Smash or pass me? Oh my gosh, I should have not said that. That's crazy. We should have a random monster sleeping on the roof. Ooh, that would be really cute actually. Like a little dog thing. That'd be really cute. In case you missed yesterday's live stream, I basically described how I imagine Act 1 is an indoor experience. You're exploring the indoor of the flipped world, where Act 2 is you're exploring the Wild West outdoor of the flipped world. So that's kind of how I envision it. So we're hopefully going to see a lot of fun stuff with that. Smash or pass Lucy, Smash or pass FX. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna go and grab a quick snack. And so I'm gonna put you guys on the BRB screen. I added something new to it, so hopefully it'll be a little bit more engaging. But let me finish up this little roof thing here, and then I will send you off to the BRB screen. Brain rot. I'll do brain rot for the last 30 seconds of it. How about that? Because the new brain rot is really annoying. And it's gonna make everyone leave. Okay, let me just kind of add these, like, honestly really badly placed, really badly built pillars like this, as if, like, girl, Lucy should take a design class. Lucy should take an architecture class. It's like, I would not walk under this, to be honest. I would not trust this. I don't think this is capable of holding anyone's weight. But you know what? Whatever works, whatever works. Okay, let me fix this up real quick, and then I will go. Slight moment. No one leave. I'll be watching, and if anyone leaves, I'm gonna be canceling Act 2 on the spot. So let that motivate you. Trying to play the piano? Yes. I need to finish that song. Maybe we can finish that song in a live stream. I think that might be fun. Okay. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to send you off to the BRB screen, and I will be right back. No one leave. All right. Have fun. that's enough brain rot for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new BRE screen. I put a little video of Atlas staring into the camera. I think that video is so funny. Anyway, okay, I lost all my windows. All right, here we go. Okay, so. Oh, he's back? Okay, let me mute him. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. It must have done a temporary mute. Okay, we should be good to go. All right, so let's work on this little stairway all the way up to here. And then, honestly, I think we'll be done with the dock, and then we'll move on to something else. But it does look like some people left, so Act 2 is canceled. I'm so sorry, but that's what I said. That's the truth. Anyway, okay. Let's start by adding. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, definitely. Hopefully, it won't be back. Yeah, no, Act 2 is gone. Sorry about that. It's canceled. We're not gonna work on it anymore. It's fully gone. There's no point in even watching the stream anymore. Might as well leave like everyone else did. I'm just kidding. I know! The stuff they were saying before the live stream was like crazy. That's insane. Okay. Okay. Anyway. So, let's build up this. We're just copying and pasting because I'm trying to make this real quick. Because I want to work on the village and then the surprise. So far we're doing good on time actually, which I'm surprised by. Usually I take way longer. You have to invest in Atlas coin. That would be an investment for sure. I don't know how good it would be. I don't know if it'd be worth it, but you know what. Oh, I gotta like steepen up the staircase as we're approaching up here because I accidentally made it not steep enough. I wonder how Lucy built this staircase here. How do you think? Do you think she like? Do you think she? What's it called? She started from the top or started from the bottom? I don't really know. Do you plan on updating that 2D animation software you made? Yeah, I was actually working on an update for it that turned it into a game engine as well as an animation software. But then I got a job, so I stopped working on that. What do you mean I'm making the game? Yeah, but I don't know how Lucy built it. Like lore-wise, I don't know how she built it. So, it could be anything. Okay, we're gonna have this be the turny thing. Just like so. Yeah, and I was making decent progress with it, but it was just like, I wanted to redo all of the UI at some point, but it was a lot of work. I was mainly working on it during like lectures and class time and stuff like that. Imagine having an actual job in the big 2025. I know I should censor it. I should do the job with the O censored because like, whew, that's rough. Okay, let me go over here. And we're gonna copy and paste this over here, which it's fine. It's not gonna be the best, but it's fine. Then we're gonna copy this over here, move this down here, just like so. Yeah, you don't have to worry. That's lucky. Yeah, trying to work is stressful. It's very difficult. I completely feel bad for anyone who's trying right now. I wish you the best of luck because it's really hard right now. It's not fair. Okay, so we go like this, and then we'll do the same thing over here, which I kind of already did already, but I think this will be better. It's only gonna get worse. I think you're unfortunately right. I do think so, but that's not the topic of this channel. That's not what we go into. Okay, so now let's work on these pillars. We'll get these pillars into the grass. We'll test it out in game, and then we'll work on the village. You're 12 years old watching the channel? I mean, yeah, as long as your parents gave you permission to watch YouTube, then you're good to go with me. Smash or pass red source? How would you even smash? Like, genuine question, like how? I feel like it would be electric. Like, I feel like it would be like an electric shock. You know what I mean? That's my take on that. That's my take on that. I would say no. YouTube is technically 13 plus, but also they actively promote content to younger than 13, so it's not my job to regulate. It's not like Discord where it's my responsibility. So if you want to be 4 years old watching this channel, go for it. I welcome you. Hopefully you don't understand a lot of the jokes that we're making right now, but you are late, Stompy. Welcome back. Or welcome, I should say, because you were never here to begin with, but you made it just in time. We're hard at work. I know, right? Can you believe that Stompy missed that giant lore revelation? Like the thing that I accidentally leaked. Can you believe that? That was pretty crazy. Like, what was your guys' reaction when I accidentally said that about Lucy and FX? Yeah. Pretty fire. It was insane, dude. I know. Like, I really, like, it was genuinely crazy that, like, Lucy and FX would do that in the same sentence. You know, like, I thought that her house was innocent, but I guess not. Like, like, goodness. Massively surprised me, too. Like, I was so surprised, like, I imagine you guys are so surprised that you're gonna go, like, buy Venge right now for a friend to tell them about it, because it's just so insane. Like, genuinely so insane. Like, you know how they talk about, like, BC and AD and stuff? BC actually stands for Before Coaster's Accidental Lore Leak. Some of the letters are dropped. And that's what they mean. Before that and after that, because the world changed from that revelation. And Stompy missed it. Can you believe it? Alright, almost done with these little wood pillar things. I'm debating if I should connect them to each other. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like something like this, right? Yeah, I should. It's kind of reminding me of a roller coaster a little bit, to be honest. Do you get that vibe? Do you get that same vibe as me? One of the pillars and roof falls when Lucy's giving you a tour, and then she tries to brush it off while the monster screams for help in the water, being eaten by the sea thing. That would be funny. Yeah, yeah, Stompy, you're gonna join the muted group with that. How do you pronounce that guy's name? The Talosti, whatever. You're gonna join him. You guys are on the exact same scale of, what's the right word? You guys are on the same scale of, help me out, y'all. What's the right word? You guys are on the same scale of being deserved to be muted. I said that so awkwardly, but you know what I mean. Getting a job. That's funny. Yeah, ban him. Stompy, you're banned. You're banned. Sorry about that. Maybe don't be late next time. Yeah, sorry. It's getting a hold on. Getting a JB. There we go. Sorry, I meant to censor it. There we go. Hopefully you guys will forgive me for that. I know I'm sorry I said the J word. I'm sorry. I won't say it again. From now on, I'll refer to that word as extracurricular activities. That's stupid. Okay. I'm gonna add some of these really fat pillars in here, like that kind of hold everything together, because I kind of imagine they do. Like, these are really what are keeping everything intact. Yeah, salary is a good word. Salary is a good word. We like that word. Here. But we don't like extracurricular activities. Okay, should we add a railing to this? I actually think no. I think it'd be better without the railing. And then I just need to chop a little piece off of this thing here. Like so. Like that. And like this. And then we're gonna move you over here. We're gonna move you here. And Christmas lights. Yes, we will do the Christmas lights. Well, we'll do a poll if we should do the Christmas lights in this live stream or the next one, because I would like to move on to something else, but that's just me. Alright. Does Lucy have an extracurricular activity? No. She does not. She does not have an extracurricular activity. Alright, let me go over here, and we're gonna go Lost River House Stone. Put this inside of a Lost... Sorry, not Lost River, Lost Lake. Lost Lake House Stone. Perfect. Awesome. Alright, let's go into Unity and see how this looks. Perfect. Let's make sure this is marked as static, and this has colliders, which these ones also should have colliders. Perfect. Alright, let's see how this looks. Big reveal. Let me grab a flashlight. Alright, we're just gonna fly right through these walls here. Check this out in case you missed the beginning part of the stream. Look at how beautiful this is. Gorgeous. Ooh, we should add little lily pads. I think that'd be really cute too. Anyway, let's navigate down this staircase, which looks good so far. I mean, we're not going to be able to go up really easily. I need to add a little... Yeah, in case you missed it, Stompy. That's funny. I need to add a little walkable collider thing. And then we'll walk up here. Very nice. These ceilings they look like they're the proper height. They're a little tall. I didn't imagine they'd be this tall. But, yeah. Okay, they're a little bit too tall. They're a little bit too tall. Like, this is kind of insane looking. But, and then here's the backside of the tree. Absolutely beautiful. Isn't this tree massive? Should we see it in person? Don't make me come to Arizona. Good luck finding me. This is how big the tree is. Like, look. This tree is insanely huge. You're never going to be able to climb on it in game without cheats, but this tree is massive. It's so pretty. Anyway. Yeah, the area is huge too. Should we see it without lighting? This is what it looks like without lighting. Like, so here's Lucy's backyard. Look at how big this is. It's a huge open space. Huge open space. Can we shame Ethan for being American? I hate to break it to you, Stompy, but the vast majority of people here are American. So I think that's kind of a losing fight. Now, should I be shamed for being American right now? Honestly, you know what? I think that's deserved, but good luck with that. Yeah, look at how big and beautiful this space is. It is so, so cool. Anyway, we need to make these little areas here taller. I just on behalf of all America, as the representative for America as a whole, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. We'll do better. We'll try better next time. Okay, please don't hate us. Okay, so I made these a little bit smaller. Hopefully this should look good. Alright, let's see how this looks now in game. Oh yeah, that's way better. Well, let's see. Like, it's so beautiful, the water's not low. Like, all the tapers to lead to a perfect result in this area is never gonna fade out of my memory. Hey, those words are banned. Need I remind you? Look, see, ready? Those words. You cannot say those words. Okay, let's go check this out again. Alright, now let's walk over here. And we'll see if this is any better. Okay, yeah, this is already looking much better. So we got little roof tiles, which adds a lot of, it's like a little fishing outpost, you know? Awesome. Okay, this is really good. It's a little stretch. Oh! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. You didn't see that. I'm so sorry. 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 Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. We're gonna pretend like no one saw that. We're gonna pretend like no one saw that. Pretend you did not see anything. You did not see anything. Nothing was floating. Nothing. No, 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 don't leave bad reviews. Don't uninstall Venge. Like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We're gonna get it fixed. We're gonna get it fixed. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's okay. You can't see anything. Okay, okay, there we go. There we go. No, you're not getting a refund. It's too late. It's too late. Nothing broke. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. See, look, watch. Ready? It was a glitch. It was a glitch, guys. It was a glitch. You know, glitch 2018? It was a glitch. It was a glitch. Let's go see after the glitch has been resolved. Let's go check that out. See? There we go. There we go. See? There we go. There we go. It was just a glitch, guys. It was just a glitch. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault, guys. It was just a glitch. Okay, we're good. We're good. You're telling your mom? Oh no! Alright, so you did not see that. You did not see that. So here's the deal. Here's what we're gonna do. Another fork in the road lies ahead of you. And it's your turn to vote on what we're gonna do. So we can either add decorations to the dock, or I don't even think we need to do a poll. I think it's gonna be really obvious what's gonna win, or the village. You guys vote. I'm gonna send you back to the BRB screen because I'm a little bit more hungry, and I'll be right back. No one leave. Guess who's awesome? Let me tell you who is awesome. It is Mythical Animations. Thank you so much for the $20. Holy crap. You are incredible. You are so incredible. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. They said for a better budget. I'm sorry that the AES system thing didn't go off. That's a mistake on my end. But thank you so much. You are amazing. another thing, for everyone else here is also amazing because we gained 4 people while I was on break. So Act 2 is officially uncancelled. We're working on it again. So, oh, we just lost those 4 people. Well, you know what? Maybe they weren't very happy about Act 2 being uncancelled. But thank you all so much. You are seriously awesome. So... am I a character coaster? Yes. But also no. No, I hate a character coaster. It's the same person. But yeah, no. Initiate makeout with Lucy. Oh my gosh. You guys better behave yourself when Act 2 comes out, because once that game is in your hands, like I believe that like when you buy a game, you should own it. You know, I don't think it's any of this crap. So you can do whatever you want to Lucy, but behave yourselves. Like seriously, behave yourselves. I know you won't behave. That's the problem. I know you won't behave. The mods are going to be... yeah, exactly. The mods are going to be crazy. Just wait till I add the ability to swap models or anything stupid like that. You're licking the screen when she pops up? Oh my gosh.
Attention all live stream viewers. Mythical_animations has donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you. They said, thank you for the kind words.
And thank you so much for the donation. You are so incredible. You help Venge a ton. You don't even realize how much you help Venge. It's expensive to make, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, but you guys better behave yourself when Act 2 comes out. I will be watching. I will install virus into Act 2, and I'll be watching, and then I'll report you to the police. Specifically that one guy. The one guy I muted. Specifically him. He's gonna have like extra viruses installed on his computer. Especially, I should have done it with 2.0 to be honest, because of Hopesy. But anyway, let's see what the poll said. Okay, yeah, the village. That makes sense. Everyone wants new stuff to work on, so that makes sense. How do Venge monsters? I don't know. That's not my job. I'm not the one who has to decide no, you come up with your own ideas for that. You got an ad as well? That's what you get. That's what you get for that comment, Stompy. And for being late. I just want to remind you that Stompy was late. Stompy missed all the fun parts. Okay, let me fix some of these UVs. Yeah, no, that's not my job. I don't get to decide how monsters in Venge have children. That's not my job. That's you guys. That's honestly on the community for you guys to figure out. Yeah, wait a second, Stompy. I thought you didn't have ads. And so are you freeloading for real, or are you not freeloading? Ooh, wait, look at that sharp edge, actually. That looks really nice. Oh, you're in Italy. Oh, gotcha. Oh, gotcha. Actually, I have an idea. I can pause ads. I keep forgetting about it. So, in honor of those donations... oh my gosh, there's another one.
Attention all live stream viewers. Mythical_animations has donated $20 through Super Chat. Thank you. They said, I also graduated and got a lot of money to burn.
Wow, thank you so much, Mythical Animations. You are literally a legend. Congrats on graduating. Holy crap, that's awesome. That's really wonderful. Thank you again for your donation. I was gonna say, in honor of these incredible, very generous donations, I'm gonna figure out if I can turn off ads for the rest of the stream. I don't know if I can though. I can't, but I can pause them for 10 minutes. So I'll just kind of, if you remind me, I'll just keep trying to pause them as we go. But wow, you're so incredible, Mythic Animations. Thank you so much. Do you have any suggestions for stuff we can add? Because Loki will add another one of your Easter eggs. Alright, so for the village, what I'm wanting to do is something like this. So we have 2 different levels. We have like the lower level down here, and then we have an upper level up here. And so, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the microphone. We need a bald pinter Easter egg. I think there's already one in the game, right? So we're gonna add some of these villages. So I kind of have a vision for how I want these villages to look. I don't know if you guys are gonna like the vision, but it's just my vision. So let's get started, right? Here's the vibe I'm going for. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but make your own act too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna make it kind of a circle. Like kind of like an app store icon sort of shape. Probably another custom poster. Sweet, we can do that for sure. I don't know if we'll get to it in this live stream if that's okay, but we'll get to it for sure at some point. So something like this, right? And then we're gonna add a solidify. And we're gonna push that inwards, like so. At least you would finish your act 2 in a reasonable amount of time, unlike someone. You know what? Valid. Okay, like this. This is kind of looking like an MLM, or like organic, essential oils dispenser, and I promise it's not that. So if no one was thinking that, but if that's your worry, don't worry. Like, you know what I mean? Let me find a picture. Hold on, let me find a picture. Or essential oil dispenser. Like, it's kind of giving this. Like, hold on, let me find a good picture. It's kind of giving this right here. That's not my intention. So, oh. The alarm went off. Well, that was for the surprise, which we're not going to do yet. We're going to finish this real quick. So, it's kind of giving that. That's not my intention, but that's kind of what's happening. Anyway, let's go here and let's extend this out here, extend this out here, and then we'll grab these conveniently placed things and put them right here, just like so. We'll pull these together, pop that out, and squeeze this part in. Just like that. And then we're gonna go like this. Now, this lip thing right here is exceptionally ugly, so I'm gonna go and do this maybe? Sweet. Let me go back to the live chat here. Yeah, there we go. Now I can see what you guys are saying. Like this. Ooh, I don't know about that curve. The curve is definitely not giving iOS app icon. Here we go. I think that's cute. And we'll do it like this, and then I'll extend it a little bit further. I don't like how it's doing. It's like overlapping on itself. Yeah, Venge Act 1 and Act 0 are both out on Steam already, so you can play them today if you want to. So let me push this inwards a little bit like that, and then... Uh-oh. Guess who's awake? Can you hear that in the background? The little bark. Okay, perfect. I should buy your other game? Oh, that'd be awesome if you really want to. That'd be wonderful. I'd appreciate that a ton. So, here's the basic shape of them. Like this. You can send your compliments now in the chat. Just kidding. What did someone say? Mr. Husky said something. Oh, I see what you said. Okay, okay, perfect. A house, yes, this is gonna be a house in Lucy's village. So, check this out. Now what we're gonna do is... Cone! Yay, oh, that's not a cone, what? Cone. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Have you ever seen anything this beautiful? No, you have not. You've never seen anything this beautiful in your life. Are you sane? Yes, I am sane. Why does it look like a boat cut in half? Oh, low-key. What's this supposed to be? This is supposed to be a village house. Can't you see the resemblance? Needs more polygons. Yeah, I'm working on it right there. Okay. Then, like, my schizophrenia is kicking in. No, it's not. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. Watch, watch, watch. This is gonna be revolutionary. This is going to be. You guys are gonna see this, and you're gonna see in every single game from now on. Watch. Like, it's gonna be GTA 6. So, now what we do is I'm gonna give it a brand new texture right here, which we're gonna make from Photoshop. I'm gonna switch it to the VRV screen because I don't know what's gonna pop up when I show Photoshop. We're good. I just had to pull open this texture. Sorry about that. Basically, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be making a very pretty sort of concrete texture, if you will. But I'm going to try to use some existing Venge textures to kind of make it look like Lucy kind of built to herself. So, the texture in particular that I'm thinking of is this one right here, which is like this sort of sand material. And we're going to kind of go like this. Right? Actually, we should put it on. Oh, they're kind of squished. I don't like how they're squished. Whatever. Like this. And like this. Perfect. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this with a smoother texture. Something like this, which might look familiar to you all. This is the wood texture from Act 1. Was there a little Helpsy drawing next to it? That is a good question. I forgot the answer to it, but that's a good question. Alright, let's see if we can mix these in a way that looks good. This looks good, but it's just a little bit too overexposed. Ooh, I like that one. Oh, wait, it's literally just... Alright, what if we mix them like this? Yeah, that works. Okay. How do you make your textures look so realistic? Thank you. I basically just use Photoshop and Blender, and I try to use realistic textures too. So like I'll use like real sand and stuff like that. That's basically how. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Let's go like this and just kind of add a little bit of grunge down here at the bottom. Ooh, not that kind of grunge. That grunge is not what I wanted. It's a little bit like this. Maybe like this, yeah. And then we're gonna go here and we are gonna blur it vertically, like so. Just kind of add a little bit of dirt, and then we're gonna do that on top. Right here. So let me merge these two down. And like that. Perfect. And I'm gonna add a little bit of manual grunge on the bottom here. Sweet. You're new to Blender. Where should you start first? I would say start with whatever you're most comfortable with. So, for example, start wherever you want to work with, I guess. So if you want to animate, I would start maybe animating like a simple block, a simple little cube, and see how that goes. And then go from there. Yeah, deleting the cube is also extremely important. I agree with that. So, if we go and go to, sorry, where am I trying to save this to? Right, okay. We go into textures, then we go into master. We export this. Sweet, now we'll have this texture in Act 2. So, we reload it. Oh, okay, so this needs a little bit of work. And that's okay. It's okay. That was a little disappointing at first, but it's okay. Flipped moon would actually be cool. Yeah, that's something Pez came up with, I think. And then, ever since then, everyone's been talking about the flipped moon. Okay, We're gonna make sure that these are all lined up vertically, like so. Like that. Okay. Maybe like this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay, we're gonna just try this again. Let's see. See, I just don't like what it's doing right here. That's the only problem I have with this, is I just don't like that part. So maybe if I do this, yeah, I can select these pieces right here, and then I can redo their UVs and kind of rotate it like this. Right? Just like that. There we go. And then the interior is gonna have a little bit of a thing going on, which is fine. So then what if I put the solidify first? That doesn't make it look as cool. Okay, so if we apply this like that, then we can go in and make this look nicer. So just like this, and then we'll give it this cube map texture. Like so. Perfect. No one has ever seen Luministic. That's because I've never modeled Luministic. I haven't modeled Luministic yet, so anyone claiming to tell you that they've seen him is wrong, because I have not made him yet. Alright, let's just kind of get rid of some of these extra vertices that I don't think we'll need. Okay, while we do this, I have a challenge for you all. Let's see if we can make this happen. This was really successful in yesterday's live stream, so I would love to make this happen again. But see this number up here? Oh shoot! Are we good? You still good? Sweet. Okay. Let me open up OBS. See this number right here? See how it says 7733? That is my current subscriber count. Now what I would like you to do is I would like you to raise that number to 7735. I believe in you. Let's see if we can do it. If we can do it, then what should be the reward? If we can do it in 5 minutes, then I will what would I do? What will I do? What should I do, guys? What should I do? I will show you the boss's model for Act. I'll show you Columbi's model. How does that sound? I'll show you Columbi's model, and I'll show you the current models of all the characters that I have so far that need to be remade. So, if we can get to 7735 in 3 minutes, then I will do that. Let's see if we can do it. You should not unsubscribe, because then it will go down. Looks like we just need one more. Can we do it? I think we can easily do it. Last stream there was barely anyone there and we were able to do it. I believe in you. Oh, hi Atlas. There we go, we did it. Good job, guys. Good job. Okay, so I'll show you that. Oh, hey. Hey, Stinker. He just took my sock and took off. All right. Now, I bet we can take this even further. Why does he smell like poop? You know what? That is not my problem. That's not my problem right now. So, if we can get to 7740, I'll show. Oh, sorry. Huh? He smells like poop. Yeah. Anyway, if we can get to. Oh, okay. Here. That's funny. All right. So, if we can make it to 7740, which we're only 3 away, what would be a good reward? Maybe. So I'm already showing the Act 2 bosses that I have so far. How about I will show. I'll play some Lucy dialogue that has yet to be heard. Yeah. I'll play Lucy dialogue that is yet to be heard in the game so far, and you guys have not seen it so far. So I'll play that. But we have to actually get to 7742. 7742, yeah. So 4 more subscribers and we can get to, I can play some of that dialogue. So we'll show the models and I'll play the dialogue. Ready? Are you guys up for it? Ready, set, go. Holy crap, we're already almost there. We just need 1 more. Okay, wow. I did not expect that. You guys are awesome, wow. 1 more, can we get 1 more? Come on, there's gotta be at least 1 person who's watching who's not subscribed. Do it for the meme. There we go. Nice. Good job. Okay, let me show it off right now, actually. Before you guys unsubscribe. So, let me show you what I have for the boss models. So, first things first, we have Columbi. Columbi's model was made... If you unsub, then I'm going to delete Act 2. Columbi's model was made back during the development of Act 1, I think. So, its model's really old, and I'm going to have to remake it. But, I'll show you what it looks like. So... Hey! Oh, we lost the subscriber. Never mind. We lost the subscriber. But here's Columbi's model. The idea is really, really cool. I love this idea so much. He's awesome. And I think, is it this model? Yeah, there's a little bit of an interior in here. But, there we go. Okay, we're back. This is Columbi. Pretty awesome. By the way, this is how tall Lucy is. This guy is massive. He is massive. This is going to be such a hard boss to make. But, it's going to be awesome. The next boss is Elemental. Now, Elemental is a boss that I made before Act 1 was a real thing. And so it's very, very old. And its model is going to be 100% remade. I don't even think I have it in here. I think I have it in Archive. Here's all my old models here. Elemental. Here we go. Old Elemental. This is what Elemental looks like. So this is very, very old. You can see I'm still using cycles. That's how old it is. It's before I even discovered Eevee. That's how old it is. So this is Elemental. And he has such a cool mechanic. I'm so excited to show you guys in the future. But I will show you I will show you every single archive if we can get to 7745. How about that? 7745 and I'll show you every single archive. Okay, now I want to show you some dialogue from Act 2. So let me switch back over here and I'll open up Unity because I think I already got it. I know Pez hated Elemental so much, I never got why. So let's see, audio, voices, Lucy, Act 2. Let's see, which one should we play? Maybe this one?
Excuse me. We are trying to sleep here. Do you think you could have maybe just waited a few hours at least? Like, it's really rude to just...
And we have this one too.
Did you make that loud thump? Okay, I know I let you into my house and everything, but we've got to set some ground rules. I can't have you just running around in the middle of the night and...
No, you have not heard these ones before. These are brand new. So, yeah, and then I have some of my own, but I'm not going to play those because I'm going to spare you from that. But there's some Lucy dialogue. Alright, if we can get 2 more, then I will show all of the archives. He's angry at Lucas. Yeah, it did seem like that. She sounded pretty mad. Okay, we're going to continue this, and let's hope we can get to that goal. You know where these play? Do you? Do you know where they play? You might think you know where they play. Do you actually? You have a feeling Lucy will betray you? Maybe. I will say that the story of Act 2 was made a really long time ago, before, like, a lot of tropes became tropes. So, and that was also the case with Act 1. So, I apologize for that, but I'm pretty confident with what I've made, so... Also take that in note. 1 more, and then I'll show you all the archives. The good, the bad, and the ugly, because there's some ugly ones in there, too. You know Ethan's gonna pull a plot twist on Act 2? Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. There, I shouldn't say this. I really shouldn't say this. But if I think about it right now, there are about 4 things that I am actively lying to you guys about Act 2 right now. Like, that I'm actively lying about right now to Act 2. So, make of that information what you will. I'm really, really, really keen on keeping this game, or this act, a secret. So, take that information how you will, and let's continue. Let's continue our work on this little thing here. Alice is causing a lot of problems in the background. I probably should go work on that. Do you have any concept art for the bosses? I usually don't make concept art just because I'm not very good at it. But the third boss, the Luminestic, there exists a drawing made by someone who I don't want to talk about. But there is a drawing of Luminestic that I think I'm gonna use. But I don't have the drawing with me, and I don't really want to talk about that, so we're not gonna discuss that. But only 1 subscriber left, and then we can show all of the archive. There's a lot of weird stuff in there. Okay, so the way that I'm gonna implement this is I'm just gonna go with a cube map projection. And then it works for most of them, but except for a few of them. Can you say the file name? The file name of what? I mean, yeah, if it's the file name, go for it. I think that should be fine. Because file names should not be considered canon, stompy. So, you should be fine to say them. Shows the Act 3 boss, the one that I had a dream about. I will at some point, for sure. I will at some point, but... Oh, it spoils Luminestic's boss icon? Yeah, go for it. You can share. Because I don't think I put anything that's that much of a spoiler. You need to add more sub goals? Oh, sweet. Thank you. I'm glad that that's entertaining.
Attention all live stream viewers. Mythical_animations has donated $10 through Super Chat. Thank you. They said, you heard him, subscribe you nerds.
Wow. Thank you, Mythical Animations. You are incredible. You're mythical. You're mythical. What can I say? Thank you so much. You are like single-handedly helping Act 2 so much. Like, if Act 2 is good, you are the reason why. So thank you so much. And we hit the goal. Let's go. All right. So I'm struggling to texture this stupid little roof. So I'm actually not gonna get tile. I'm gonna make it like this coal texture because I just don't even want to bother. Okay. Anyway, let's go check out some of the archive. Are you guys ready? This is a wild trip, so get ready. So we have a lot to go through. A lot of these are kind of boring, so we're just gonna skim through them all. But we have Baby Cartoonist. Okay, there's nothing in here. Cartoonist Eater. Oh, there's the Baby Cartoonist. So this thing was used in Glitch. You kind of carried? Oh, you did carry hard. You did carry. This is the cartoonist from Glitch that would have been eaten by another cartoonist. So nothing too crazy there. Then we have, I'm gonna save Dancitizer for last. We have Glitch Candy, which is the candy animatronic for my fan game way back in the day called Glitch. So that's what this thing is. Look at these. Look at this topology. Ugh, gross. That's Candy. Yeah, we have Laserette. You guys know this one. This is 1.0 Laserette. I kept 1.0. Oh, we got another subscriber. Sweet, thank you. I'm glad you guys are into the subscriber goals because that's actually really awesome. We'll do them every live stream. We have Monster Lucy, who made her return in 2.0. She doesn't have a texture, but that's basically what she looked like. Hold on, Atlas is barking. Let me go make sure that he's not like getting into trouble. I'll be right back. What's the matter? Oh, good thing I went, because he had to go to the bathroom and the door was closed. Alright, so, yeah, anyway, here's Lucy. And then we have, Old Cartoonist, which you guys have already seen. Old FX, you guys have already seen. Old Elemental, we just saw. Old Helps You, you've already seen. Old Leads Right, you've already seen. Old Lucy version 1. Ha! Oh no! Oh no! We had this one. We have this one. Yeah, it's just epics from 1.0. Nothing too crazy. Here's the very first iteration of Lucy. Hey! Oh my gosh, okay. Sit. Good job. Alright, you can go in there. Just don't rip anything up, okay? You didn't even want to go in. You're a stinker at this. You're a stinker. He barked at the door and then I opened the door and then he just walked away. Like, okay. Anyway, so there's Old Lucy. Here's Old Lucy version 2. A bit better. A bit better, but still not very good. And then we have Old Lucy version 3. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank goodness I got better at modeling. No, exactly. And then we have Old Pinter, but you guys already know what Old Pinter looks like. Then we have Player Hand, which are just some player hands. If you didn't know, Venge was originally going to have visible player hands, but I could never get it to look right, so I scrapped the idea. Atlas! Please be quiet! Then we got Player Hands V2. Look a little bit better. These are the ones that I used in the cutscene for the intro, but yeah, not a fan of those. Then we have the old version of Chairman, which still pretty iconic. This is honestly the best looking one out of all of them. Then we have the Whiner, which I did eventually find his textures for. Here he is, the Whiner. And then, last but not least, we have the Dancitizer. I'll be right back. Let me go get Alice to stop barking. Hey. Alright. Alright. I never made that unused bosses video. You're so right. Alright, who's ready for the Dancitizer? This... Oh gosh. Ready? This is the Dancitizer. So, the idea behind this one... Here's the drawing that inspired the Dancitizer. The idea behind this one was it was gonna be a very... I mean... you guys are crazy. It's gonna be a very, flamboyant skeleton that his boss fight was like a dance. It was like a Just Dance sort of competition. And he would have this spin attack, right? And so this is the first time I ever modeled a human, as you can probably tell. And then I scrapped it before I got too far, so thank goodness for that. But this was originally going to be an Act 2 boss, and I scrapped it before way long time ago. But this is probably the worst one. You can see my reference images up there. This is probably the worst one, but yeah, that basically marks the end of the archive. You go right back to the outdoor house. So, okay, let's try to make this look a little bit better. Just be a part of the dream sequence, low-key. That'd be a fun idea. You can kind of see the vision. Yeah. I think the idea was fun, but it wasn't for Venge. Like, it just wasn't for Venge. Venge is just not that type of game, and I'm glad I didn't go with it. But I think the idea itself is fun, and I could definitely use that sort of thing in a future game. Okay, so we have this little looking thing, and we're not gonna do too much modeling wise for it because we're already kind of running out of time. But one thing that I did want to do is just kind of get it set up. That looks like a witch hat. I don't like that. Venge can't be that zesty. Love that. You love the Madness cutscene? Thank you. I'm really proud of that cutscene. So we're gonna call this village home base. Ooh, making the mushroom houses would be really cool. Village home brew. Yeah. I actually like that idea. We're eventually gonna use mushrooms instead of little cones. But oh, this is tiny. I didn't realize it was so tiny. It's giving Munchkin Land. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I'm gonna go for. So basically, we are going to 10. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're going to add a bunch of different houses here. I need to be careful about how much because I don't want to add too many characters. But if we just go like this, maybe they need to be a little bit bigger. Like so. And these are temporary models, so I'm not entirely sure if these will be the final things. But yeah, let's just add these models here. Just like so. And maybe we'll put one over here that's like attached to two different ones. If you get to 7750, I don't only see the option. That would be a good idea, but I think it would be technically tricky to implement. But maybe we could do something similar. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna add a kind of a little fake house here off to the side. And you know what? That'll work for now. We're not going to go too deep into it because I think that you guys would prefer if we work on the surprise since we're kind of running out of time. So I'm going to add a little bit more houses here. Maybe we can work on actually making these look good in the future, but just kind of getting a vibe of what I'm kind of thinking about this little village. So should we do the surprise finally? Yes, I see that. Okay, sweet. It's been taking too long. Well, it's a live stream. We gotta save it for the end. Okay, so little houses like that. Anyway, who's ready for the surprise? So I'm going to find it. I'm going to open it real quick on my other screen, and then I'm going to pop it up. So basically, I have this thing that I'm trying to make, and oh. Hold on a second. I'm trying to make, but we're having some trouble, right? And by that, I mean I haven't really worked on it very much. But are you guys ready to see it? Are you guys really ready to see it? Because I don't know if you are. Let me make sure my stuff isn't on here. Okay. Are you guys really ready? Fully ready? Sweet. The Act 2 Steam page. So, here it is. Here's the work in progress that I have so far. And we got some screenshots, but it's missing something. Specifically, it's missing this image right here. It's missing a description. I have a very basic description, but it's not that good. So, to end off today's live stream, I have two options for you. We can either work on the Steam page and make it look really nice and add some of the art and make some of the art, which I think will be kind of fun. Or I can show you some of the Act 2 script. So I'm gonna make a poll. I don't think I need to make a poll. I think it's gonna be very obvious what is gonna win, but Steam page or look at script. Some people want the script. We're not working on the script. We're just looking at the script. So it'll be really pretty quick. Yeah, go figure. I figured that you guys would want the Steam page. Okay, you want the script to be a surprise? Totally fair. So I have to kind of be careful about this because I don't think I can show the internal backends of how this all works. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is we're gonna have to write our descriptions outside of Steam, and then just copy and paste it. So let's see. Let's open a Google Doc. Docs.google.com. gonna open a Google Doc just so we can kind of visualize it a little bit easier. So, here is our Google Doc. Feel free to try to join it. It's private, so you won't be able to. So, let's start by, we're gonna start with the boring stuff, and then we're gonna go and we're gonna make the art. The art is gonna be the coolest part. So, I need a description about Act 2. And this is kind of what I've been having trouble with, just kind of writing it to sound interesting. So, the current version is this. As Lucy quickly takes you to her safe home, you'll soon discover the dark secrets and twisted dilemmas this world has to offer. Explore the difference between comfort and suffering, trust and betrayal, and what happens when you go too far. Wait, that's actually really good. Okay, I like that a lot. I did not use ChatGPT for that. Be so for real. I wrote that myself. Okay, so I like this so far. Let's see. What would be a good... Did I spoil Act 2? I didn't spoil Act 2. This is all spoiler free because it's the Steam page. In this... What should I call this? Because I have to use like a lot of buzzwords. In this... What's a... Here, let me look up. Hold on. Thesaurus. Yeah. Exciting. In this, intoxicating. In this, electric. I like the word electric. We're gonna use electric. In this, in this thrilling. That's actually a good one. In this thrilling continuation, you'll reside in safety. Reside in the safety of Lucy's home. Whether or not you treat her with such kindness is ultimately up to you. And your actions will have consequences. Okay. Explore 3 new bosses. Plenty of new plenty of new... What is a good word? Plenty of new... Like environments, but a little bit more exciting than that. Yeah, it's gonna be way more choice-based than Act 1. Plenty of new... districts, I like that. Districts. And scares that'll have you questioning who is truly your friend. Oh, that's good. I like that a lot. Okay, I think this is good for now. I'm gonna copy paste that in. And I'm gonna look, watch, this is gonna be dramatic. I'm gonna put truly in italics. Who is truly your friend. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's actually good, that's good, okay. For short descriptions, so the short description appears immediately below the branding image. Identify the game's theme, use specific verbs describing the primary mechanics and player actions, communicate the essential appeal of the game, and save details regarding the game's story for the longer description. Okay, so we need to communicate the game's theme. Act 2 is a dystopian? Yeah, I'll call it dystopian. I may change it. Dystopian adventure in trust and betrayal. You'll be tested to your limits. I'm trying to speak marketing talk, but I don't know if I'm doing very good. You'll be tested to your limits as you progress in the flipped wilderness of the once beloved in the flipped wilderness of the once beloved Rotnik Entertainment. Okay, that's the genre and theme. You'll be tested to your limits as you progress in the dark flipped wilderness. I think that's better. Flipped wilderness are the ones below Rotnik. Use specific verbs detailing the game's mechanics. Okay, so that's like your trust. No, I already said that. Fight as you fight together with Lucy, or fight together with Lucy. Am I single right now? No. Fight together with Lucy, or what would be a good word? The struggle is real, for real. Fight together with Lucy, or evacuate. Oh, that's a strong word. On your own. The world knows you're here. It knows what you've done. Your actions will have consequences. Okay, I think that's good. Then, hopefully that conveys everything. We're gonna put that for the short description. Again, I might change this. I could be completely lying to you about all of this, and nothing about this is actually true about Act 2. We'll see. Oh, it looks like I already wrote a short description, but oh, I kind of like this one too. I'll copy it in here, and then we'll maybe use this other one. Oh, it's a little bit too long. Oh shoot. Okay, we have to cut about 19. The world knows what you've done. Your actions have consequences of trust. I'll just keep that. What is this green slime thing in that screenshot? Let's see. Oh, that was a temporary material for something that's in Act 2 right now. Okay, let's paste this in. Here was the old description. Right here. A horror adventure choice influenced game. You'll need to act on your toes and think carefully about decisions you make. Lucy offers you protection from this dark world, but perhaps there's more out there than it seems. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer this first one or the second one? Which one looks more interesting, like as a new player? Will Act 2 have multiple endings? Yes, it will. Like if you're a brand new player, which one would you find more interesting? Mix them together? We can look into that. The second, really? Okay. The first one? Okay. Yeah, I think we'll have to take elements from both. Okay, well, I will work on that later. Let's just try to get all this out of the way. So, with those descriptions done, now it's time to make some of the assets. So this is always a really fun part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a brand new file here. And we're going to put this inside of Venge, public, Steam page, Act 2. No, this should go in its own. 2025, Act 2. No, did not mean to create a new folder. Okay. We're going to call this the main Steam art, right? So I have a vision for how I want the Steam art to look. And I want to hear your thoughts as we make it. But I really can't explain too much because I think it might be a spoiler if I explain it. But I think if you watch it, it'll be fine. So, if I go to here, go to data, games, Venge, assets, sets, Act 2, Lucy's house. We're going to be using Lucy's house. Pop that in right here. Oh, where is everything? Okay, well, that did not work. Let's try that again. We're gonna grab. I'm just gonna grab it. Even the spoiler will literally fine because I'll move out of the way. Hopefully, by the time it appears. Okay. Oh, it seemed to grab everything. Okay. Well, you know what? That's not exactly what I wanted. but that's fine. Alright, well, let me get rid of some of the stuff that we do not need. So let's go into Lucy's house, and I really want... I'm kind of really thinking... Where should I have this picture set? I think right here might be a good option. I'll put it up, so we'll set up a camera right here. And now we're gonna try to make this work. So what I'm or actually maybe it should be upstairs. I feel like upstairs might be a better option because it kind of has a cooler view. Or maybe we'll have it down here like this. Yeah, I like having it below, actually. I think that'll look really cool. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is... Oh, this is going to have spoilers, so let me quickly hide you to the BRB screen. We are back with here. Okay, so here we have Lucy's model. She's not looking the best. Let me kind of fix that real quick. Okay, there we go. So basically what we're gonna do is, here's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll make an image of a few different images. So I think this first one is going to be of Lucy right here. And she's on the second story, and she's looking like this with her legs kind of spread out like that. Behave. And then she's bent down. behave. She's bent down, and she's putting her arms out here, like, behave. And I know what you guys are doing. Behave. Okay. Putting her arms out like this. And then she is going to be putting her hand out like so. And I really want her to be gripping this rail with like a lot of emotion. Make her dab? No, I will not be making her dab. Okay, so she's gonna be like this. And then like so. And then we're gonna have her fingers more spread out. Like this. I want her to look a little bit panicked, because I think that for the Steam page she can't look happy. Lucy can't look happy because that's not going to be interesting. It's not going to be interesting like, oh look, Happy Frog game. You don't want to play Happy Frog game. You want to play, why is she terrified? What's going on? Who's hurting her? You know? So what we're going to do is we're going to try to replicate that. So actually, if I do it myself, I think her shoulders would be tensed up. Yeah, her shoulders would be tensed up like so. Like this. You want Happy Frog? I know, but it's a horror game, so it can't be all Happy Frog. And Happy Frog won't sell copies. Okay, so we're gonna have her like this. I'm not really the best at posing, so hopefully this is coming across well. We'll put her like this. Make her look concerned? Oh, definitely. And this is like the Steam art, so I can really get creative with her model, and I can make it do things that it can't necessarily do in game, which is fine. Display. Bend her fingers down like this. Looks a little silly. But let's have her looking up, and then looking like this. Let's adjust the camera a tiny bit. Alright, now let's work on her face. So, I need her face to really look terrified. So I think I can do that with her current model. I don't think I'll have to do any sort of modification. I hope. Just like so. And this is honestly going to serve as inspiration for a future scene that I need to work on. So that's going to be, it's going to be nice. And then let's make her eyebrows look like this. And then her mouth needs to be pointed downwards. Maybe like this? She saw something in the chat that she should have seen. Yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly it. It does look a little strange. Let me play around with her eyes. Yeah, I think having her eyes open more is a good idea. What I'm going to add is something that I need to add eventually in game, but we don't have it yet, is like this. So this will come in the future, but for now it doesn't. It's not here yet. We'll go like this. Like so. Then we'll give this a material, kind of an alpha blend, a bit of a blue. Maybe a tiny bit less. Oh, where'd she go? Like this. Maybe she should have her hand outreached like this, actually. I think that might be a little bit better. Did the stream crash? I hope not. It looks like it's still going on my end. Oh, this is way better. This is way more emotional. Why is Love Frog crying? Alright, let's get a good angle of this. Okay, I don't like this finger right here. And I don't like how this looks right here. Well, that made it look worse. You're crying too? And then what I'm going to do to kind of make it look a little bit more interesting is I'm going to give her a certain item. What did she witness? I don't know. Let me give her Lucy. Lucy. Or what do I call this? Lucy weapon. Yes, here we go. Here we go. We're gonna give her this thingy. She saw her beloved. We're gonna put this in her hand right here. So maybe it should actually stick upwards. Like so. Yeah, there we go. And we'll put this like right around here. She got rejected? Interesting. That'd be crazy. Okay, I need to make her eyes go fully all the way up because they don't right now. They're clipping a tiny bit right there. Okay. Perfect. Alright, that's looking good. So I'm going to make this a 4K texture. We are going to scale it out a little bit like this so that we have a lot of wiggle room to edit around it. And this is just one of the images. I'm going to add a few others, but this is a good one to start with, I think. So we're going to go like this. And let's do some lighting. So what we're gonna do for this is if we work on her lighting a tiny bit, it's gonna be either green or red. I don't know. We'll play around with it. We'll see which color I think looks the best. The windows, yeah. No, the windows are, yeah, I need to replace it with the outside sky, but I haven't done that yet. Actually, I think I might just make them black. You know what? I'm not going to use these area lights. I'm going to use, sorry, these point lights. I'm going to use area lights so we can get a little bit nicer shadows or a little bit nicer highlights. So, do something like this. I'm going to use a little bit more of a yellow almost. And then on this one, I think a little bit of a red. Yeah, that looks good. And then we'll put a little bit of a white light up here so you can see her face properly. I'm going to light her from the top because I think it looks a little bit more emotional. And then I don't have the final monster models that I want to put here. So we are going to have to make do with something else, all right? Oh, I'm sorry, Atlas. I didn't even realize you were right there. We're going to have to make do with something else. So we're going to use a little bit of temporary stuff. So ignore that, but I just need to get some stuff looking in the game. So we're going to go into here. We're going to go into Blender Start. We're going to grab my clouds. We're going to scale this upwards. Why do you smell like poop, Atlas? You better not have pooped inside. The door is literally open for him. Okay, we're going to put some of this light back behind her. Like so. Then that's a great suggestion. We're gonna definitely put some menacing shadows behind her. Let's see, let's go with like this and make it super bright. Maybe not that bright, but like Atlas. And where did that light go? Does the fog not reach over here? Yeah, it does. I don't know why it's being all weird. We'll give this that orange color. Like so. Then, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a sphere right here. And then we're going to go and we're going to delete a few random pieces from it. So then it'll have a bunch of little holes. Which will just make it look like a really nice... Yeah, like this. Which if this would update, that'd be nice. Kind of like this. And what we're going to do now is go in here and add in a friendly, familiar face, which is just a placeholder. But it's going to be here, here, here. Flipped plants. We're going to look at this guy right here. No, wrong one. Oops. So once again, this is just a placeholder. Her tears are not noticeable enough? Yeah, you're right. I need to make them brighter. We'll put in an ominous shadow coming from out here. Like so. I know he's so tall. I love how tall he is. Maybe a green. Actually, I think this will look fine. Then let's light him up. Well, light the crystal up to be specific. We'll go like this. We will remove its volume scatter. Kind of make it a little bit dimmer. And let's give it a little bit of a highlight here by doing this, just like what we did before, but for this guy now. Here we go. He is very tall. Oh, absolutely. And then we need to do some depth of field real quick. Empty. Like so. I think actually going a little bit closer would be a good call. Maybe bending her fingers out a tiny bit more. All right, now we're gonna do one more thing in the background here. That is another friendly, familiar face. I'm not gonna say anything. We're just gonna let it happen. I don't think this is a spoiler because I think it's perfectly obvious. This is going to be the thumbnail of the game. This is going to be one of the Steam screenshots. I may play around with the colors because I don't know if I fully like the green. But let's give it a shot. So we're gonna go with red for ethics. Though the green and red low-key could be the colors of Act 2. Just saying. Oh no, we don't want his face in here. We just want shadow. Like so. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a sharper one so you can't really see that. And then I am not gonna say anything. We're just gonna let whatever happens happen. All right. Any questions will not be answered, unfortunately. But just do this. Pretend like this is just for fake. You know, it's not. We're not doing anything crazy. We're just doing it for fake, guys. This is just for fakies. It's not for anything real. We're just doing it for fakes. Just for the laughs, you know? Just for the laughs. We're just doing it for the laughs, right? There's nothing going on here that needs to be of anyone's concern. We're just doing it for the giggles, just to see what it possibly could look like. If we were to do it for real this time, but unfortunately we're not. We're just, you know, we're just trying something out. That's a lot of interesting theories in the chat, but I again can't say anything. Let's see how this looks. I'm kind of designing it as I am doing this. So this may not fully look good, but let's just give it a shot. And this isn't like the final Steam art. I will be polishing it as I like add more into the game and stuff like that. But just for now, because it's really important to have a Steam page up ASAP. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. You know what, we're just gonna have them glowing red so you can see them in the dark. For now I would say this image is probably not canon. It's just a cool screenshot, guys. Just a cool screenshot. And we'll go like this. Oh, it's messing up his rig right there. And we'll bend his fingers. Like so. Where's red source? Red source, low-key could be here. We'll see, though. I think red source would make a great fit. Here we go. All right. I think this looks cool. I like this a lot. I think it definitely looks very action movie. You know what I mean? Like, it definitely looks exciting, I think. But I'm not fully sure if I like the colors. So, ooh, that was kind of scary. What if we tried changing the color? Let's just give it a shot. Let's see how this would look. We change it from like green to like blue. No, I don't like that so much. We're gonna go with green. And let's make these look a little bit nicer. These little tiers. Maybe a bit of a darker blue. All right. And then I want to add a little bit of reflection to her weapon here. Just so that you can see it a little bit better, because right now you can't really. There we go. Nice. Oh, let me rotate it a tiny bit. You listened to it like 20 times? Yes! I love that. That's awesome. I love that song too. That sounds awesome. It would be this thumbnail, low-key. What I also want to do is I want Lisu to be more up. And then I'm going to grab some more area lights. And I'm going to put them behind the little leaf things of this guy. Just to get some cooler shadows. Or not shadows, but cooler highlights. I love highlights. Just to kind of be able to see his face in the... Not like that. Okay, sweet. I think... Oh yeah, her shovel should be bigger. You're right. I think this looks good. Well, it kind of obstructs this weird fox thing we have going on. There we go. Okay, I think this looks good. So now, let's go here and let's render it. This might take a second. Oh, 1 second. Good job, Atlas. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. Okay, this is how it looks. It looks good, but, could look a little bit better. So now here comes the Photoshop. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this image as a assets. No, we need to go to Z Public, into Steam page 2025 Act 2. We're gonna call this raw image 1. Now we're gonna go into Photoshop and we're gonna make this come to life. So first things first, I'm going to go and add in the image real fast. Let me quickly find it. Here we go. All right, it's a little out of focus, which in this case I think works fine. No, I don't like that. We're gonna fix it because it has motion blur. I don't want it to have motion blur. All right, let's re-render real quick. I think you already know the answer. Edits boy, someone lurks in the dark. I think you already know the answer. Use blur as my favorite tool. Oh, absolutely, absolutely we will. Ooh, look at the crisp detail of her face. Wow. Okay, sweet. That looks really, really nice. So let's go and save this and replace the other one. Good thing we did that because I was almost about to use the other one. Look, see, watch the comparison. Check that out. Look at the detail. Okay, so for this image, what I need to do is I'm going to select the subject here, which I think it did a decent enough job. Let's see. Yeah, okay, it's decent enough. So let me get rid of some of the stuff that I don't want to be part of this, which is mainly this and this and this. Actually, you know what would be way easier than doing all this is just literally using Blender to do this for us. So watch, we can go here, add in a plane, put it behind them like this, and then we'll give the plane a material that defines it as a holdout. And basically what that'll do is it'll act as transparency for us. So then what we can do is we can go into our film, enable transparent, and then it should work fine. So let's render this. Where's FX's hammer? That's a good question. That's a really good question. If you had to have a favorite Venge thumbnail, it would be this one. Low-key. Oh, is Revenge Story playing? Nice, nice. Okay, so we'll grab this right here. Then we'll do with Lucy. Sweet. Okay, so now we have the image right here, and then we have a version with just Lucy. So then we can we can play around with this all we want, so then we can make it look a little bit nicer. So first things first, let me, oh, hold on. I'm going to, ooh, I did not mean to get rid of all that. I just meant to get rid of the cactus. So you want cactus to be part of this Lucy layer. Let's see, so, okay. So, first things first. Let's brighten up Lucy. So we can do that with the curves. So she's nice and bright, easy to see. Then what we're gonna do, look at the detail on this. This looks really, really nice. But we're gonna go here, and we're gonna overlay this, and then we're gonna go. Actually, we should do it with this one. Go here, and we'll go filter, stylize, find edges, convert that. Move that down like so, and then we're gonna go and screen that on top like that, which just helps it give it a little bit more color. Is Venge usually copyrighted? Like, we get a warning for using it? I don't think so. At least it shouldn't be. You should be able to use Venge stuff. Alright, then, like this. I think this looks work. Oh, you can see the polygons here. We don't want that. Let's just kind of blur between there. This. So you can see that. Here we go. Okay. I love how high quality this looks. This looks really, really nice. Then what we're gonna do, this is one of the favorite things to do, we're gonna go and we're gonna make it look even better. Are you guys ready? We're gonna grab some green. No. That was too much. That was too much. We're gonna go grab this. And a little bit of this. And then we're gonna grab this one. And then we're gonna grab, ooh, this one would be good. That, and then we're gonna grab red. Like this, and then we're gonna grab this one. So, and then let's just keep grabbing all these sorts of things. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now what we do with this beautiful, beautiful mess, we go and we do a blur. We go to radial blur, zoom, and a lot. Just like this. You add a lot of radial blur, which will make this sort of thing, right? Then, watch this. We just put this behind us. See? Check that out! Check that out! And then to kind of add a little bit more interesting realism, we can kind of cut out her fingers from this to almost look like it's a shadow. Yeah, like it's a volumetric light, like this. See what I mean? It's just a little bit of detail that just kind of helps elevate it. like this. Perfect. I think this looks nice, but it's a little bit too bright, I think, for a Steam page. So let me just kind of, let's go here. We'll darken this a tiny bit, and then we're gonna make the background darker too. There we go. How does that look, guys? What do we think about that? I cooked? Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Clickable YouTube thumbnail? No, I think I will low-key use it as a YouTube thumbnail too. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of use this on her eyes. Like so, just to give it a little bit more color. Maybe we can kind of do like this. I don't like how that makes the colors look, to be honest. Well, let's mess around with it and see. Maybe honestly I could just do it like a screen and then a little bit darker, and then I can use her eyes as a mask for me. Well, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Let's cut some of the unnecessary pieces out. Oops! Did not mean to do that. Sorry, Lucy. I just cut a hole in her face. Just because we don't want it to fully clip through. There we go. She couldn't book a ticket for the Taylor Swift concert? That's exactly it. That's exactly it. Okay, then actually, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna go and darken the edges here. Just to kind of soften it up, you know? It's a little bit more obvious that she's crying. I know we've been live streaming for so long. It's been so much fun. Okay, here we go. Here is our base image. I think this looks really cool. I think this looks really nice. So let's save this. And then let's export this as, we can do a PNG. I don't mind the extra space it'll take. Venge, public, Steam page, 2025, Act 2, raw or polished image 1. Perfect. Okay, so here's where most of the Photoshop comes in. So what we need to do now is we need to create the actual like imagery, right? The actual little capsules and stuff. So the first one is the header capsule. This one is a size of 920 by 430. Okay, about the size. And this should focus on the branding of my game. For best results, use artwork that's been used again, and then the logo must be clearly legible. Okay. So, let's use our picture that we just generated. Or not generated, sorry, the picture that we just made. And we'll put it into frame. I think something like this would work. Right? Or maybe we should do something on this side. What do we think about that? Which side do you think would look better? If we had the text on here, or if we had the text over on this side? Other side? Well, that... Okay, here's what we'll do. Let me grab the Act 2 logo. Where is it? It is Act 2. And we'll place it with that. On the left side? Lucy should be on the left side. Okay. So here's what it would look like on the right side. We haven't modified it yet, so this is what it looks like. And then if we put her on the right side, put her on the left side. Like, ooh, yeah, I think that's better. I think that will look better. What do we think about that? Then I'll have to fill the gaps here, which is pretty simple to do. Just grab like black, put that behind here, and then grab a smear tool, kind of big, just kind of blend between the two like this. Text on the left, text on the left. What do we think though? Like, how about now? Still text on the left? I'm on the wrong screen, there we go. Hello, welcome. Because I like this because it's less noisy on this side. So I think we honestly might, and people read left to right, so I think seeing Lucy scared might be good to see first. You know what I mean? Then we'll do this, and then we'll put Act 2 right here. And we'll make it a little bit bigger. Almost like she's kind of reaching out for it. Or maybe this should go on the bottom. Put it in the middle. This. And let's add shadow to this thing. Where is my option? Or blending option? Drop shadow. Spread it. Distance. Sweet. Okay. I think this looks good. I think this looks good. She's crying because she wants Act 2 to come out? No, literally. So let's edit this a tiny bit just to look even better for the Steam page. So I'm gonna edit the contrast, edit the tone, which didn't really do anything. Let me go brightness of contrast. I wanna give it a little bit more contrast. Please, Legacy. Here we go. How does that look? How do we like that? I don't know if I could fit a Venge logo in it, to be honest. I think that looks good. I am gonna do something kind of sneaky though. Yeah, I'm gonna do something kind of sneaky. Watch this. I'm gonna grab here. Grab like this. I'm gonna paint out FX down here. Like that. So FX is gone from the bottom of the picture, but then check this magic out. I'm gonna grab our image again, zoom in on FX, like that, and we are going to paint him in. Like so. And then we need to make it look a little bit better, so I'm gonna scale him down a tiny bit. And we're gonna blend this in a little bit better. There we go. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna copy one of the eyes because the other eye doesn't look as good. I'm just gonna copy this eye, put it right here. Got the same sort of filtering. And like, that actually might have just completely failed on me. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Or maybe the eyes should go up here. Yeah, I like that better. I like that way better. Sorry, Photoshop, didn't mean to get you mad at me. Okay, yeah, this looks nice. Okay, sweet. Well, now you can see it cut off. Oh, you're right, you can. I didn't even notice. Let me fix that real quick. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. Wonderful. 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 Okay, I think this is good. So let's export this as a PNG, and we're going to put it in the right folder. So Venge, Z Public, Steam page, 2025, Act 2, and this is going to be our header capsule. There's an iron Lucy's shovel. Yeah, I can polish that in a little bit, but I just kind of want to get this done ASAP. Now let me drag the image into here and upload. I confirm that it has my logo. Yes, I confirm that there is no additional text. Yes. Wonderful. Then we have the small capsule. This is kind of similar, except for just slightly smaller from what I remember. So this needs to be 462. The eye should be bigger. I see what you mean. I might do that. 174. Ooh, this is very, very, very small. Okay, well, let's grab all of our layers here, and we'll try to squeeze them all in here. Oh, look at how small this is. Oof. This is very small. Hi, you love my content? Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. It is very, very small. But let's grab the eyes and move them in here. Perfect. And maybe make the logo a tiny bit smaller. Like this. Yeah, that looks good to me. All right, that one done. This is the small capsule. Sweet. Then we need the main capsule, vertical capsule, and page background. Okay, almost done. And then we'll see how all this looks together, and that'll be the end of the live stream. So, yep. It should fill most of. Oh, wait, really? The text should fill most of it. So like this. Really? I don't know if I like that Steam. I guess I'll just have to make Lucy smaller. Like this. They want the text to fill most of it. Okay, well. You give this another shot then. There we go. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. Alright, let's try that. Small capsule. Try a different one. Small capsule here. I have to reload for this to work. Do you have an estimated year? I'm hoping for next year. That's my goal. I don't know if it'll work, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that it'll work. All right, almost done. So, oh shoot, no, another problem with this one. The DLC little banner is cutting it off. Okay. So we're gonna have to make Lucy even smaller so that her head isn't being cut off with this banner. Okay. There we go. It looks a little awkward, but that's because there's gonna be a banner, so it'll end up looking fine. Hello, Atlas. Alright. Can confirm. Perfect. See how that looks? Much better, much better. Okay. Main capsule. Ooh, there's so many capsules. So the main capsule, I know it gets smaller and smaller. 1, 2, 3, 2, excuse me. And 706. Okay, so this one is designed to market the product. For best results, use the key art and logo that's being used for anything else. No quotes, nothing. Okay. So this is what's going to show up on this. Yeah, I will show it to you after we're all done. So this is what's going to show up on. Hey! Oh my gosh, hold on. He got stuck in the bathroom. Atlas! Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Bubba's? Okay. Never mind, he did not get stuck in the bathroom. So this is what shows when Steam advertises the game. So, right here. We'll make a really clear image of it. And then the logo. These, for best results, use key art and logo. All right. I know literally there's so many capsules. So let's grab the little logo. And we'll put it down here. Like so. Just like that. and give it some space. Beautiful, beautiful. This is basically a YouTube thumbnail. No, exactly. All right, this is the main capsule. All right, then we have the vertical capsule and page background. 2 more left. We're doing great. We're doing wonderful. All right, so main capsule, like so. I can confirm that this contains a legible logo, and I can confirm that there's no other text. Sweet, upload. This is the temporary banner. There might be a little bit more added, or there might be a different banner added at some point, but this is what we have so far. So then the last one, Atlas! He drives me crazy sometimes. He might need to go to bed. So if we do 748, and then we do 896. Okay, so this is the one that appears on Steam. This one isn't gonna be the best. We're just gonna kind of do this real quick. Just like so. I'm gonna scale it out a little bit. Like this. And honestly, I think I'm gonna move it up like this. I'm gonna move it down like that. And then we'll just use the smear tool to kind of extend the bounds of this so that it stretches fully. Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Yeah, these are all for Steam. They're not for my YouTube banner. There we go. Stretch all this out. Just like, why is this? It doesn't have the strength that I want. I want a little bit more strength. There we go. That would have taken me forever otherwise. Okay. Here we go. Then we'll put the logo. Well, let's move it down a tiny bit. Actually, no, that's fine. That should be enough space for the logo, I think. This one doesn't look the best, but we can always make it better later on. But it's just a first draft. So this is the vertical capsule. How fun. All right. Then the final one is the page background. Now the page background is super fun because it doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Literally. The page background, I already know what I want the page background to be. We're gonna have it be, we open up the game here. Oops. We're gonna have it be the best looking room from Act 2, in my opinion. Beautiful. Take a screenshot of that. Wait, I already have a screenshot of this. It's actually really good already. Okay, we're gonna use that one instead. Let me go find it real quick. I think it's in data. Oh, I forgot where it is. There we go. Okay, we're gonna use this one. Where did it go? There it is. So the page background. Oh, I should check the size real quick before I make it. The page background needs to be 1438 by 810. Sweet. All right, and we're gonna use this screenshot right here because I love this screenshot. Just like that. Nice and easy. And this one, yep, okay. Perfect. And that, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I think that there are some cases where you can see it, / they might just do it as like a safety measure in case they do decide to add it. But you can see the little text in the corner, can you? I can't see it. This is the page background. I don't know why they need it, but they need it, so I gotta fill it out. But here we go, upload that. Sweet, that's all of, ooh, that looks really nice actually. Okay, that's all of the graphical assets we need. Oh wait, no, there's one more. The header capsule? What do you mean I uploaded the header capsule? I don't know why it didn't work. Whatever, okay. The crosshair is visible? It's okay, you won't be able to see it. I don't think so, at least not yet. Alright, so. We have no trailers yet. Special settings, no special settings yet. Localization, no localization. Sweet, I mean, wow, that's all of that is all that we need to do for the live for the Steam page. That's super exciting. So I'm hoping to get this published, but let's see how this looks right now. All right, so currently it looks like this. This is how it looks. So if I zoom in real quick, we have this beautiful art right here, and then we have our screenshots. And then, did it do it in the background? I can't tell. I don't know if it applied it in the background yet. I think we maybe have to go into a different section. But here's our Steam page, and we have a little bit of a description. And yeah, what do you guys think about that? I think that looks pretty cool. Awesome. So I'm gonna get this approved, and I'm hoping to get the Steam page up as soon as humanly possible. I'll let you guys know, of course, with that. But with that, that marks the end of today's live stream. It was such a fun stream. It was very long, and I appreciate you guys being here. That was super, super, super awesome. So yeah, I think I'll be streaming next week. Probably. We'll see how it goes. But thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the video. Everything. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for the super chat. You all are so, so, so amazing. And so I will see you in the next live stream. Goodbye.